There we go. Welcome everybody to the watch along from Back of the Nest. I'm Chris Hambling, and with me is Patrick O'Connor. Hi, Patrick.
Hello, Christopher.
Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
Diyar is with us, but he needed to go and prep, didn't he? That's the thing. He needed to go and prep because it's not like we've been talking about this for the last 2 hours or anything, is it? Is it? I mean,
Not really.
how could he possibly have prep time? And he's the one who sets the timer when we go live. How could he possibly be ready for that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But talking of unbelievable, the Palace admin have gone with Roy Hodgson has made 3 changes to his Crystal Palace side to take on Burnley, fielding a more attacking lineup than he did against Leeds United. So, Patrick, the more attacking lineup is Vicente Guaita in goal, Patrick Van Arnholt at left back, Scott Dan, and the returning Cheikh Kouyaté in the centre of defence, and Nathaniel Klein at right back. We then got Luca and Gyro in the midfield, with Eze on one side, Ayew on the other, and the Belgian strike force of Christian Benteke and Michy Batshuayi up top. So, more attacking thoughts.
I like the Burnley lineup. Honestly, at this point, you know me already. I'm gonna laugh my way through this entire thing. If I don't laugh it, I will literally like burst a blood vein. I don't understand what he's doing. So help me out. More attacking. Batshuayi and Benteke has not worked ever. So I'm not sure how that's more attacking. So you put them in. Okay, you want to change it up, no problem. Then you put Ayew and Eze wide left and right when you don't have Townsend to get balls into the box for them. So what's he plan to do? Kick the ball up to Benteke, who holds it up for whom? I'm confused. And then thank God he put Van Aanholt back at left back. I wish he put him back on the bench because that's what I wanted to see him. But I just more attacking. I mean, I guess you could say that when you have technically 3 forwards on the field, but it just doesn't make any. It's so unbalanced. And then it's 4-4-2. He insists on going with again. I'm just beyond frustrated. But this is the good news, Christopher. If we win today, we'll have the most points we've ever had at this point in our Premier League history, which is the stupidest stat I've ever heard of my life. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's crazy, really. It's hard not to look at that and start asking, obvious questions like why are we still playing players out of position? Why do you have to shoehorn Jordan Ayew into the team by playing him on the right wing? You pick the 2 forwards you want to go with. If you don't want to pick Jordan Ayew as a forward, then you don't play him in the position of a winger, as when you've got wingers you can use, and that bit's mystifying. But look, it could work. We've seen strange lineups work before. And I'd noticed Callum in the chat saying we're ready for the Premier League El Clasico, and that made me laugh because
good one.
Obviously we've got 2 teams who aren't famous for good football right now. Let's face it, and we're probably not gonna see the best of games. I mean, at the moment, I'm not going to see anything because my TV stopped working. But
you're lucky.
That sorts itself out. Yeah, I know. But look, I'm trying to, as ever, Patrick, I try my absolute best to try and think about what the positives might be. Gyro starting when,
yes,
admittedly, there aren't really any other options with both the Maccas still out, are there? But I thought we might see maybe Kouyaté start in the midfield and him keep the tried and tested centre back partnership of Dan and Cahill. What do you make of Cahill being dropped?
You know my thoughts on Cahill. I think he's well past his sell on date. So I think that's a positive. I think Kouyaté definitely needed the break. So I'm glad he gave him about a match and a half off. But that had to come. So I will give Roy credit for seeing that Cahill and Dan, even though against Burnley, that actually might have worked because their forwards aren't particularly mobile and or quick. They're kind of better in the air. Ed Rodriguez is kind of a little quicker than Barnes is, but I could have seen him going with Cahill and Dan today because of the aerial threat that Burnley's inevitably going to have against us. But I like the fact Kouyaté's back in the lineup. And again, had he not put him if he put midfield for Gyro, that would have driven me nuts today. So if he was going to put him in for Luca, possibly, but I can understand why he did that. So that does make sense. I mean, I don't understand the Mitchell thing, but again, Mitchell didn't have a great game. By the way, I didn't watch the Leeds game, thankfully. I watched it on my phone because I was working, and I did tape it, but I decided not to go back and rewatch it because I didn't want to put myself through that. Having watched, but I did. I watched a watch along with you two, which was actually very much more fun. I did. I had to do that.
That was not fun.
No, what did you do? Drop the F-bomb. Diyar after every goal was fantastic for me personally. So I enjoyed that. I wasn't watching that game again. So I've actually not seen Mateta play. So can you? I mean, he's not. Now he's going to play again today. But how was
honestly, and I don't want to be negative, but you wouldn't have seen too much of him playing against Leeds either. But again, I'm not writing him off. It was even Roy admitted it was a tough game to chuck him into.
Yeah.
But there you go. Kernaz, you're back.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Hey, welcome back to your show.
Hey.
Yeah. Sorry, I was late. Just lots of things are going on at the same time. But welcome everyone. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. Hambo and Patrick been talking about the lineup, but let's talk about JP quickly as well. I'm a bit worried because we've seen it in the past where, of course, there's only one game. He started last game and he dropped him this game. But I'm worried that Roy looked at last game and he looked at JP and he could easily say, if you're just looking at the smaller picture, he could easily say that it didn't work out. He just said he didn't play as well as I wanted him to. When in reality, he didn't get the service that he deserved. And plus, it's his first game in the Premier League, so I don't know what you expect. Right. League sides that play different football. But are you guys worried as well? Or is it just me that's overthinking about it? That he might just look at it and think, maybe not.
I think the problem is what we see with Roy so often is that he has players who he will pick, and it doesn't matter if they had a bad game.
Yep.
So straight away, Mateta is in that category of if you play bad, I'm taking you, or you don't play effectively like I intended you to play, you come straight out the team. So we know he's in that group of players. Like with a whole bunch of other players that basically know that. I mean, Riedewald's the one that sticks in the mind, isn't it? Where it doesn't really matter how Gyro plays. At some point, Roy's going to take him out and play whichever Macca happens to be fit that week.
Mitchell too, and sometimes.
Yeah, Mitchell as well sometimes. So that's what concerns me most. That if you're gonna get somebody like Mateta in, you've got to allow him to get up to speed. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with taking him in and out of the side, but it really just will we see him again this season? Without injuries, that's what worries me more.
Yeah, and that's that's exactly what I was worried about as well. But they're showing the lineups right now, and also there was a comment from. I'm not good with names, I'll be honest, so I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. But Kai C says, Eze plays best in the middle. Why is Roy always playing him out of position? Yeah, well, look, we played a 4-2-3-1 for 45 minutes and then it didn't work out, according to Roy. And
we played all season, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best we're going to get out of it. But PVA, he's dropped. He's not starting on the left-hand side. Patrick, what did you make of you wasn't watching the game, really, or was you? I'll ask Hambo then. Hambo, what did you make out PVA's game against Leeds last time around, more in an advanced position?
It didn't work at all. I think the only thing that we saw the benefit from was we didn't have the damage of PVA being left back. He was able to roam around the pitch. He was popping up on the right-hand side quite a lot. But the experiment didn't work. And when Roy talked about it after the game, he talked all in the terms of the whole point was let's get PVA, stop trying him out on the left to give Mitchell more protection. So it was already a negative thing to do because he's just thinking, really, can I get away with almost playing two left backs here? And I think that really told in the way he was trying to negate the effect of Rafinha, which didn't work. We saw him tear us apart down that side anyway. But it didn't really offer anything going forward either. But the fact that PVA now starts at left back today and it's Mitchell that comes out still feels a little bit weird.
Real quick. I mean, I didn't see it, but I could have told you it wasn't going to work because I told you people wanted to play my left wing. I said he's not a left winger. He's not a left back. Why would it be a left winger? So that's my point about that anyway. So
yeah.
Well, look,
yeah, we're gonna have to sync up. But if you're watching us on Facebook and Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel. We're only live on there. And I guess you don't want to miss it. We're all here to have a laugh. Maybe not a laugh watching Palace, but we're all here to let our thoughts out about Palace against Burnley. So head over there. But Hambo, what's in your mind?
I was going to say, I'm sure we'll laugh. It might not be for the right reasons, but I'm sure we'll laugh.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm going to give it a pause on 20 seconds.
Okay, I can pause now and stuff because I'm back on the regular broadcast. So I'm at 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 now, Hambo.
Okay, well, you and me are synced.
Yeah, you just have to wait for me. I'm a bit behind.
So then, Patrick, you and I have got a sync pause. Let's say 35 seconds, yeah?
Do that, no problem.
And then I'll let you know when I'm at 35.
And there.
There.
Okay, we're now synced.
Roy's got a smile on his face.
Are you still watching Roy?
No, it's about to
don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself.
No, I'm not trying to watch Roy. But sending the score predictions whilst we're trying to sync up.
I didn't predict. My prediction, 3-0 Burnley.
3-0 Burnley, Hambo?
0-0.
0-0. I'm going for 1-0 Palace. So let's see. I'm a bit optimistic today.
Why?
What time are you on, Diyar?
I'm a bit behind, I'll be honest with you.
Seriously, I mean, the game's like almost half time already.
All right. Let me change to another thing. But it's kicked off. What time am I letting you guys know?
35.
35. All right, then. Hambo, you know, you can just say instead of looking at your watch, you're like, why are you making me wait? You can easily say that. You're just looking at...
I was just looking at my my notifications, mate. That's nothing to do with you.
Kaiser says, I will actually be surprised if you even get a point. But yeah, 35, yeah. I'm about to let you know. Michi Bashua is just doing his thing. 33, 34, 35, 36.
There we go. Okay.
We're synced.
Right, so we're all synced.
Time, mate.
Let's get this.
We're about
to win already. Look at that. I'm just joking.
Nah, yeah. You won't be that happy. You won't be that happy.
I don't care anymore, Diyar. Seriously, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't. I'll just be glad. I'm counting down the days, mate. Count down the days. By the way, I have a manager idea. Patrick Vieira. He's linked to the Bournemouth game. Bournemouth opening. No? Don't like that idea?
So I'm distracted by.
I feel like there's better managers out there. Well, I don't know if I can say better managers, but there's more proven and more experienced managers out there than Vieira. But let's be real. But let's be real. Since Frank de Boer, who else have we signed on that level of? Oh wow, he's different to what we've got.
Far. But my point is, he was over at MLS. He did a good job at NYCFC, and he did a good job Man City's Academy, and he did a good job, I thought, at Nice. So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I just happened to see yesterday, someone was talking about him linked with the Bournemouth job. I just thought it'd be a good, interesting, different.
Obviously, a great reputation as a player, right? But
absolutely.
But as a manager, it's really hard to say that could he walk into a Premier League club like Palace that needs a massive rebuilding job. You'd think with the reputation he has as a player, he'd probably get quite a good starting point on how to, get the attention, get the respect of the players straight away. But that doesn't last long if you don't do the right things. So I think it would be a risky appointment. You talk about the De Boer thing and how bad that went, and I think that will have an impact on whatever choice we make. But it's hard every time you talk about a manager. Every manager we can kind of think of. The names that are always linked to Daesh, who's in the opposite dugout today, and Eddie Howe, as well as others. I'm not too hopeful of this, but we are moving forward.
Go on, Ebbs.
It's
a bit tight. Take the shot there, yeah. Still got it. But in his sport though. There you go. Here's PVA. Nice cross, PVA. Nice.
Are you joking? Nice cross.
Yeah, I assume that was a sarcastic.
Is sarcasm there?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
But look, we all know how has got the biggest
though.
odds, right? In terms of the shortest odds in terms of coming in. He's a manager we tried to appoint before. He's obviously way up that list, and there's mixed feelings on that. Bournemouth went down with the way he played, but he never gave up on the way he played, did he? And
no, he didn't.
You just got to ask: is the squad we've got and the players that we'll have to get in, are they going to be suited to that style? Because we've seen it go wrong before. But I'm willing to try. I'm willing to see anything different, as I've said a number of times.
See, and I am too. But I'm actually, the more I think about it, the less I like Eddie Howe. I don't know why that is. I think it's the relegation thing you just said is what worries me. But
clearance.
I guess you're right. Anything different right at this point, because I'm really done with Roy. I'm just so done with his mind games. Like yesterday, I tried to watch the press conference. I turned it off at like 3 minutes because he was trying to just being funny. I just couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't take the whole Burnley and us a very good attacking sides comment.
Why are we so deep?
We better not.
It's 4 minutes in, and we are everybody in our own half. Why is everybody in our own half?
Burnley at home
against Burnley FC. Remember. Against Burnley
23
FC.
points.
With all due respect, I think Burnley are probably surprised as well. I'm just waiting, and we just I'm just waiting for someone just like to go and get the flipping ball. Because right now they're just passing about like they're.
Oh my God! Why set up like this? We are so passive.
Prime Barcelona we're playing here. Looks like.
Yeah, we don't. We love this, don't we? Play a shite team and show them as much respect as you should possible. Get.
Exactly.
Come on, dig in. Make a tackle.
Up. Go.
Up.
Oh
my! Get out! Fucking hell, it's in!
I swear. I'm telling you, I cannot. I'm telling you, he's got. The quicker this guy is gone, I swear. That was. But you guys called it. We're sitting off, waiting for them to score, and they scored. Perfect.
Burnley, ball into the box, turn into Brian Barcelona, and we just concede. Seriously, again, 3 games in a row. What's going on? It's not a joke anymore. It's not a fucking joke. What's that defending? Come on, man.
My God.
You know who it is.
Yeah. But look, you got Dan. Dan should be getting that. But
what is Dan doing
there?
Yeah.
And then PVA
turns his back.
Jesus, man. This is the team. This is the defence that Roy got angry in the press conference pre-game and said, we haven't got a bad defensive record. We just conceded loads of goals in 3 games. He actually said that.
Exactly.
He actually said that. Like, and to me, that's that's some. He should retire immediately for that kind of a comment, right? It's like, what? That is a bad defensive record if you concede shitloads of goals in 3 games, whether or not you want to look at it in the context of the whole season or not. And then you see that, and you tell me that's a team that hasn't got problems defensively, Roy. Absolute joke.
Oh my, that was awful. No, there's these comments about PVA being good going forward. Well, let's talk about his actual position as what it's meant to do 90% of the time, which is to defend. And once again, what was that clearance?
Unbelievable. But what? 3 games in a row, how we've conceded stupid early goals, right? That's 3 in a row now, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So everybody lining up has seen that we don't settle, we can't defend straight from the kickoff. And 3 teams in a row have done us on it. And that's fine. That's okay, apparently.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah, you really can believe it. You just don't want it. You can believe it. You can believe this. Seriously. Hambo called it. We were sitting off them like we were playing Liverpool. And then we gave it. I mean, come on. This guy is an absolute clown of a manager. I'm telling you, I swear. His mindset is so negative, and I swear I don't know how players can even play for him anymore. I really don't know how they can play for him because it's such a negative mindset. We set off Burnley at home.
But like straight away, like it wasn't even. We didn't even. I mean, they've got a free kick now in a dangerous area. We haven't responded. We didn't go. Oh, you know, that you know, we didn't sort of think, you know, get even any kind of a wake up call from conceding. We've just gone back to sitting back, flapped out there by Guaita. If he doesn't, that's in. Jordan Ayew, who I don't really know where he's playing, but Jordan Ayew's now got the ball. But again, Burnley getting players back quicker than we can break.
Exactly.
We had a run on them there, but we just don't get enough people up to support. It's gonna, you know, this thing is it's so hard for us to do anything from here now, isn't it? What do we do from here?
Exactly.
You know, we've had however long it's been, we've had a game plan that we've worked on, and it's out the door in the first 5 minutes again. And then what do we do with it? You know, look, if you're trying to scrimp around for positives, which I don't think, looking at the comments, any of you are, and I'm not really, but we did come back against Newcastle, you know. So we've got that, and that's it. That's all we've got. Awful corner. Why is Luca taking the corners?
Because Eze isn't any good at them. He's proved that, right? I mean, geez, right to Pope. What a shock! What a shocking! Yeah, what a shock! Wow.
I mean, we've got best set piece. They cannot take set pieces. This team.
I'm telling you now, the energy is not there. There's nothing there. I don't know what it is.
Nothing. Hambo, you do know
the manager. It's the manager.
Hambo,
when he guy. Who can play for this guy?
Hold on. They're attacking again. Who's on the floor? Oh, jeez. That should have been 2-0. So it should have been 2-0. That's near 2-0. But Hambo, it is not rocket science. I don't think it is. It's simple as when you got a manager, when you got your leader who can't motivate you, who is unmotivated himself because this is his last job. How do you expect the players to go and get to be motivated? How do you expect that to happen? You're just relying on individuals to self-motivate. You have to motivate the team first and foremost, And do you think realistically this manager can motivate the team?
No, of
Do you
course I
think
don't.
so?
You know I don't. You know I don't. But I also expect, a team to have a bit of professional pride as well. And I'm not
Right,
seeing
right.
that either. So a corner in the bottom. Oh my
Okay.
God.
2-0. 2-0. Come on, Burnley. Come on, Burnley. I said 3-0, so I'm almost there in 10 minutes. This team is a joke. I'm telling you, this man, I swear to you.
What's going on with this team?
I'm counting down the days. I am counting down the effing days. I'm not going to use bad language. I cannot wait till this man is gone. And if he had any credit, he would quit after this game. He really would. He would just quit, walk away, and give the job to Paddy McCarthy the rest of the season. I'm serious. We're not going to go down anyway. This guy is an absolute joke of a manager. He's a joke. He's a joke.
I'm just watching the defending from this.
Yeah, exactly. Look at them. All look at it. Look at them. Pathetic. This team is pathetic.
Does Rodriguez even have to jump?
Is pathetic.
Does that just land on his head, basically?
His team is pathetic.
Credit to Burnley, though. Credit to Burnley because they are playing good. But
Team
we
is
are
pathetic.
absolutely awful. I mean, I think if there's any Burnley fans here, you can speak up. But honestly, I feel like you guys probably expected a tougher game than this. This is beyond the joke. This is beyond the joke.
9.5 minutes, 2-0 down, and then we got Roy on the screen now.
Against Burnley at home.
Don't look at anyone else and moan, Roy. Just go home now.
Seriously. Just get lost. Just quit, man. Get lost. Go away. Seriously. Just go away, man. Just go away. Pathetic.
Eddie says he played Man City today. I don't know, to be fair. It might be Man City, but yeah, as far as I can remember, I don't remember Burnley being that good this season for us to struggle this badly. I thought it'd be tighter than this, I'll be honest with you. But
no, but they had a game in hand, but they was 6 points off us before the start of this game, right? So they haven't had the best of seasons, but they're effective at times, but they're not this much better than Palace. This is embarrassing. There you go.
I don't know, man.
I mean, they're not. I'll be honest. I'll say they're not better than Palace. They're not. They're better than Roy Hodgson's Palace. But
they're not exactly. They're not better than us. There's no way. They're not better than us.
I know, but when you see stuff like this, right? When you see players playing this badly, you know what it is. It's the belief has gone.
Absolutely.
There's no two ways about it. It has gone. When you get 2 wins in a row, and the impact on confidence is so little that it just disappears, within a second. And you look at this team. Now, I know Roy and Ray, they haven't put the players out to play with zero pace. They didn't tell them to be shit at defending, but the fact is that their methods and their plans aren't working anymore because this set of players, whether it's conscious or not, this set of players don't believe in it anymore.
They stopped playing for him. I don't blame them, by the way. They stopped playing for him. I don't blame them.
But we'll stay up. Yeah,
exactly right. So that's all people care about. This is acceptable. This has been over a year and a half of this nonsense. This has been absolutely garbage for such a long time. This is rubbish to watch. This is unwatchable football. It really is. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But again, just because we stay up, people don't want to paper over the cracks. This is a joke. This manager's been a joke for a long time. Seriously.
A lot of people say as well, like, what do you expect? And they look at the table and they're like, well, you've got this many points. You're this team. What do you expect? And it's like, it's different. Especially particularly if you're not somebody who's having to watch it every week. If you're watching it every week, if you don't watch it and you look at the table, you can say, Roy's done a good job. That squad's not great. Fine, it's not. But when you see how badly we perform. We switched a long time ago. You said a year and a half. It's probably about that at least. That I felt the change was that we used to have runs where we were poor, didn't we? It was like, okay, we're not great, but that's our blip. That's our blip for the season. We'll have 2 or 3 of those in the season, especially when we play some of the better teams. That will happen, right? But now we will have a blip of 2 or 3 good games or good results, and then it's just this every week.
But next season, I think people are putting in the comment section as well. We are in trouble if this continues. If this guy stays on, I really do think that. Because imagine without Wilf. Imagine we sell Wilf in the summer and we keep Roy.
He has to go. Seriously, he has to leave. He can't. Why would you want to play for us? The kid's got to have some ambition at some point. He's 28 years old, right? Right. He's 92. Yeah, he's 29 this season. 29 in November. Why is he in the prime of his career? You can't. This is the family reason. Why would you want to go through this another season? Why would you want to go through this again? Fighting relegation again. Go to Europe. Go to a side. Maybe you can get Europa League somewhere. Enjoy the and then because this is. I mean, he's a loyal kid, and I watched the interview with him yesterday. It was really good. Talked about Palace and all that, but you can just tell he was talking. This is pathetic, man. This is so bad. Why would you want to play with this manager? And this is
well, Patrick. Look who's controlling the club. You have to ask questions about them as well. It's not just on Roy. We've seen it. Steve Parish is a Palace fan. He sees it. Of course, it's not only just being about Palace fan. It's a business at the end of the day.
Right.
But he needs to. I mean, everyone saw this coming. Like everyone saw this coming.
But Diyar, again, I can see, and as much as I'm down on Parish, and I really am, I can see where Parish is coming from. We're not in relegation issues, right? So his idea is to keep us in the Premier League. That's all he cares about right now. Financially, that's all we need to do. As fans, I want, and I think Hambo's on the same page, and you are the same. I want to see progression, good football, some youth academy players coming through. But all he cares about, so he has a manager now who all he wants to do is keep us in the league. And that's what he's doing. So Parish and the Yankee owners are fine with this. But at some point, this has to change because at some point, as Hambo always says, we're good enough till we're not. And at some point, this team's going to go down. If it's not this season, it'll be next season. And at that point, we'll be too late. Then Parish will say, you know what, I've got to make a change. And it'll be too late. But right now, he's not going to make a change. There's no reason to. We're not relegation. I wish we were where Sheffield United were, because then he'd make a change. But
it'd have been done already. No doubt.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All we've really got now is what's the point? What damage can we do now?
Exactly.
To me, if I take the fact I hate watching every second of this out of the equation, right? I would be thinking, how do we separate from Roy with causing the least amount of an issue? Show him the respect that the man of his experience and his career deserves, and the work that he did, at Palace. Show him that level of respect. But it's hard to see how much of that respect is going to be left if this carries on. Go on.
Oh,
we've had a shot. Well done, Benteke.
17 minutes. 17 minutes we got a shot. 7th against Burnley at home. 17 minutes. And I'm going to say again, we've all suffered through the pandemic. It's been absolutely awful. But if the fans were back, he'd have been gone by now.
He's not here.
And there's no doubt about it. That's the thing that frustrates me. And the pandemic comes before everything else. But I'm telling you right now, if the fans are back watching this for the last season and a half, he'd have been gone because there's no chance people are going to put up with watching this. Either they wouldn't go or they're booing every time they could. With Roy out, chance he'd be gone by now. I'm telling you, he'd be gone. That's the only thing.
The 7 games on the restart would have been enough, I think.
Would have been enough, exactly.
Because that was, you go back to that was so poor. That was this level of poor, wasn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. He should have been gone then. And he didn't go. And then we go into this season. Oh, jeez.
As
Harry says, I just can't be arsed with this. I really can't, man. I mean, you watch your team. I don't expect my team to win week in, week out. And I don't expect my team to play like Barcelona. But I expect my team to have a bit of belief. This ain't Palace. I'm not watching Palace right now. Like, these group of players are not this bad. And I've said this for a long time. They're not. They're simply not this bad. And it's all down to the manager. But how long are we going to wait until, as you always say, Hambo, he'll only keep us up until we go down? Like, how long are we going to wait? Look at the bench. Goals conceded most of the season. 41 goals we've conceded this season.
We're not a bad defensive side, Diyar.
Exactly. That's what he said. We're not a bad defensive side.
Second most goals conceded this season under Roy Hodgson. As I always say this, if we can't defend, what is the point of keeping him? Because he's not getting the best out of our attacking players as well.
Right.
We literally
there is no point. And again, I'll go back to listen. and at the end, I hated the man with a passion, Alan Pardew, but I would take him back in a heartbeat because at least we would score goals against him. It would be exciting. It would be heartbreaking to lose 5-4 to Swansea, but sitting here be that game. But seriously, this is awful to watch. At least under Pardew, I never once said I was bored. I just hated that he didn't know how to defend. But I was never bored. I was frustrated.
Exactly. It was always entertaining, wasn't it? Even
exactly.
At the end, when we just wanted him to go, and we didn't. We hate that Southampton game. We won, and we're like, oh god, why did we win that? Because it means we get another couple of weeks of this.
Exactly.
It was still Palace, wasn't it?
Right.
It was still like
exactly.
this is part of the journey. This is part of the experience.
Right.
But this is not. This is. I did notice again pre-game press conference. The excuses were coming out again already. Suddenly we're focused on the injuries again, and that is a factor. But I'll take you back to Roy's comments earlier in the season where he was talking about the Project Restart, where we lost 7 in a row, and he said, "Oh yeah, we just overplayed everybody. Everyone was tired, and we just kept picking up all these injuries, and we have to learn from that." And we didn't, and now we've got a load of injuries from overplaying the same players over and over and over. Not using the bench, making 33-year-old central midfielders play 3 games in a week, and then thinking, he's got injured. Right. That's weird.
Yeah.
That kind of madness is the stuff that just I find that inexplicable, and that's why I turned on Hodgson. I'm not a reactionary person. You can tell that I don't go quite insane as Diyar and Patrick do when we concede and things like that, and I don't even get that insane when we score. I say that when I'm actually at the ground, but I it took a long time for me to think I don't like Roy Hodgson as Palace manager. I still respect him as a manager, but it took me a very long time before I thought this ain't for me, and this is why.
I'm just lost for words, I'll be honest with you. Maybe there's guys. Let's just read some comments, I guess. 1979 says Pardew is better.
We got to the cup finals. Yeah, he was better, much better.
Country bag play says we look like schoolboys kicking the ball around. The thing is, if we was playing a bunch of youth players, we could easily say, you know what, maybe we can look like schoolboys just kicking the ball around because they still have to learn. But you got all experienced players as well, so I don't know. I just find it very hard. I'll be honest with you guys. I
didn't even look at the bench today, guys. What's on the bench?
Nothing. And when I mean nothing, I mean nothing. I will tell you right now who's on the bench. It's that bad. It's a bunch of defenders.
So I'll read the bench.
And Mateta.
So we've got, of course, we haven't filled up our bench once again. We've got Jack Butland, Joe Wood, Andros, JP, Cahill, Mitchell, and Kelly. So in terms of the players, Andros Townsend basically, and we've got a back. We basically got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Mateta and Townsend, only guys that could come on and do anything offensively. Rest of a bunch of defenders. It's a joke.
So we've got no midfielders.
And you got one youngster in Tyrone Mitchell. Not one guy who can't get whatever the reasons are now at this point. We still can't get under 23 kid out of the bubble to get on the bench to give us a spark or something. Like Diyar said, I wouldn't mind losing if we were blooding some youngsters in there. But even this lineup, you've got what? No one. Tyreek's not playing, and you got Gyro. That's it. You got a bunch of veterans out here. Half of these players, by the way, internationals. By the way, half of these players have played international football. Kouyaté, the captain of Senegal. Yeah. PVA, Gyro played for Holland. Benteke and Batshuayi both play for Belgium, even though they don't necessarily start. Ayew plays for Ghana. Klein's played for England. It's a joke, seriously. Luca plays for. It's Serbia. It's a joke. We got international. Half these internationals, and we're playing like we're a bunch of school kids. It's embarrassing.
Last week, the reason we couldn't fill the bench with any young players is because he didn't want them to travel to Leeds. So I'm guessing this week he didn't want them to travel to Selhurst Park. Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But they probably got a big match on Monday. Hi, Gyro. Going to be broadcast on the on CPFC.
Monday. Yeah.
Which is a big match as well.
Big match Monday.
We've got a big match Monday, Patrick.
We do.
Is it this Monday or is it next Monday?
Next Monday. Don't. We can't talk about that because
you're talking about the Brighton loss coming up.
This is what we're doing, and we're going to go and play them.
Let me tell you something, man. They're going to smash us. They're gonna smash us, and still nothing will happen. Seriously, they'll be us 5-0, and he'll still be manager the following week. That's how bad it's gone. They'll be us 5-0, and he'll still be manager at the next match. Because it's going to be, as far as I'm concerned, Roy Hodgson has no repercussions for his actions anymore. He can do whatever he wants until the season's over.
So, Terence, Red and Blue Army just tweeted this, saying Burnley had scored 5 goals away from home before today. 5. All season. 5.
They might get 5 today.
Go on,
Oh,
Christian.
he's gone, Benteke. Oh, nice.
Save. He's doing all right. I'll give him his dues.
He's trying. I mean, he got 2 shots in the last 7 minutes. I mean, what's Batshuayi doing today? How's he been?
I don't know, man.
He's been rubbish. He hasn't done anything. He's not done anything. Seriously, he hasn't touched the ball, babe. I don't know why he insists on putting Benteke and Batshuayi in the same line. It doesn't work. It's never, ever, ever worked. It doesn't work for the national team. Why would you put him in? I don't understand.
I would have started JP and Benteke today, and I would have brought on Batshuayi if that wasn't working, because like that you have a different
exactly.
But I don't know.
Well, I said that on the in the pod in midweek, where I was just saying that, you know, if you want to try something genuinely different, and particularly when you're thinking we got Burnley and they're a big side, they're all about packing the box, both
he's hurt. You know, stay down. Don't get up. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. I'm at that point now. Just stay down. It's okay. It's okay. Stay down. Stay down.
Can't believe you shouted over me to celebrate one of our players being injured. I understand.
I'm sorry, Hambo. It's gone to that
anyway,
point.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was just saying we should have played Mateta and Benteke up top, because that would have been different, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I agreed.
And untested as well. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if it brings on JP today. That's going to be
why. It might be 3. This is what he'll do. He'll do the Max Meyer. Bring him on when we have no chance of doing anything. He'll look bad. People say, "Are we shit? Why we even sign him in the first place?" You know that's where this is going. He'll bring him on. You're right. When he's got no chance of impressing or doing anything, and then people will say, "Oh, he's not any good."
Another free. What is it? Is it a free kick? Burnley.
Corner kick.
Oh, it's corner.
Yeah. It's all right. We're great at defending these. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
We're a great defensive side. It's just that we conceded 7 goals against Liverpool.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, if you don't concede, if we hadn't conceded the goals, we'd have great goals.
I mean, that is always funny though. Can he?
It's funny. It's funny that he's come to that.
The fact that we conceded 7 against Liverpool, that is normal. I mean, we're acting like that's a normal thing to do. Concede 7 against Liverpool, who are not the same Liverpool this season, and have not been because they lost 7-2 to Villa, and they might have picked up form when they played us, but we never lost 7-0 against Liverpool, even when they were at top form. But he uses that excuse, and he says that that's the reason why we're poor. That's the reason why the records are saying that.
You can have bad games. I mean, Patrick remembers the 9-0 against Liverpool, under Koppel, our best ever manager.
Yep.
These things can happen, but that was an anomaly, just because. I mean, the performance levels have just not been anywhere near what they should be. That's the truth of it for a very long time. And you're looking at it now, and you're just, what is our plan to get into this?
What are we doing? What's our game plan going forward? So over the top ball from Luka to Burnley. Okay, that's one thing.
Should you? All of us, we're not. I mean, Patrick, you've done a bit of coaching, but we're not. Football managers, we're not coaches, right? But if you were setting a team up to play Burnley, would you try and play long ball into the channels?
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Absolutely not. No,
it doesn't make sense.
That's the last thing.
Because why would you?
Right?
Exactly. Because of how compact they are, it's going to be so easy.
But you know what, Hambo? You talk about that 9-0. I got to bring up a quick quote. I remember a quote from Steve McMahon said to Jeff Thomas. He said to them, "Do you guys practice with the ball?" And I'm thinking the same thing today. Do we practice with the ball, or do we just run during practice? Because we haven't seen the football all week, and we see it on Saturdays and don't know what to do with it.
That's actually really funny. But we responded, didn't we? Later on in that season, we responded.
Was the real manager. That's why he was the real manager. He motivated them. But now this guy's like, 7-0 to Liverpool. Oh, no problem. 5-0, or was it 5-0 to City? Was it 4-0? I forgot that score.
4. Yeah, we've had 2 4s, and we had the 3 against 10 men against Villa, which might have been 9-0. So,
and then 4-1 against Leeds. I mean, yeah, we've put up some great scores this season, and we've always bounced back ability. It's good old Crystal Palace.
Yeah. YouTube says, how you guys tuning up? You're at the wrong channel. We are not tuning up. We can tell by our voices.
hang on.
Yeah,
No, there you go. We're just trying to give Ashley Barnes the opportunity to score there, but didn't quite pan out for him.
Fake Italian says we have a decent team, but they are not being used properly. Not spending money on the team for the last few years has damaged us. Oliver said 7-0 ruined this team's mentality. Oliver, I'll just say, if it ruined our mentality, what was our mentality before then? Because it wasn't like we were playing great football before the 7-0.
No, it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped, but it was bad. It was bad.
No real effect.
Yeah. Oh, here they come again. Nice, Scott. Scott down clears it. PV is on the ball. Go on, Ed. I want to see more on the ball. I haven't really seen much of him.
Yeah. Have you noticed how they outnumber us at both ends of the pitch every time? That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's exactly that deal.
Yeah. Michi on the ball, but he needs sport. Look. I'm not a rocket scientist, but look, he needs help.
He's doing step over, then passes it to Jay Rodriguez. That was brilliant. He does like 3 beautiful step overs in the box and passes it outside the box to Jay Rodriguez.
I can only laugh.
That is genuinely how I play five-a-side. That is exactly what I do.
That is right now peak Palace. Right now, that is. It really is peak.
I can only laugh. Oh my! How did that actually just happen? All right, come on. We're going
play.
Forward.
Go on, boys. Bit of movement. Shot from Eze just wide. There you go. Nice bit of attacking play. Their numbers forward. Unfortunately, it's half an hour going with 2-0 down before we start doing things like that. But there you are.
So, Diyar, can I go back to that comment someone made before about not spending money on the squad? See, I'm absolutely not buying that argument anymore. And I might have bought it, a year ago. But I'm telling you right now, the issue is not spending money on the squad because this manager won't play new players. So that's not the problem. Yeah, I will agree with this that the squad is aging. I totally agree on that part. Definitely, especially in the central defensive areas. But spending money on the squad has not been the issue because when we brought players in, he's refused to play them. So I'm never going to buy that. I'm just not going to buy that. I'm not buying that.
It is really true. There is a massive problem that the club and the owners have allowed this squad to get to this position that it's in because all of these players on age and lack of contracts and things like that, that's all damaging as well, right? That has a massive impact on this squad. And it's part of why we're seeing what we're seeing. But you're absolutely right, Patrick. It's not just about that because why would you go and spend millions of pounds, the millions of pounds it takes to get new players in? Right. Your manager simply doesn't want them.
Doesn't want them.
You say, who do you want, Roy? I want Gary Cahill and James McCarthy. Okay, you can have those. Exactly. But who else do you want? No. I just don't.
Nathan Ferguson, yeah, you can have him. Eze, you could have him. I mean,
look, how many we've turned down? Not necessarily turned down, but not followed up on plenty of players that some of them we have, and we've ended up paying more money than we should have done for.
Right.
And some of them we don't have, and other clubs have, and are getting to witness them playing really well. The whole thing is, and that's not just the manager.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, one in for 15 million quid less than Villa paid for him. Yeah. But,
wow.
Hey.
Well, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. What are we going to do? What? Just not buy players until?
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. That's what we're doing basically, isn't it? We're basically not buying players, and we've only bought in this season. We bought Eze in, we bought Ferguson in, who's not playing. We bought in Mateta. I mean, we're not bringing in players because he's not going to play them. So that's basically our philosophy. We're going to bring in a few players.
If you want positive things about this, the article, I think it was this week in The Athletic, Dom Pfeiffer wrote, was all about the fact that, things we've been talking about, the club actually seemingly, from what's being said there, do see this as an opportunity. Their plans right now are all about how do we build from here? We've got this opportunity to move some of the high earners out who are out of contract. Okay, we don't get money in for them, but we can do that. We can get other players to stay, but maybe on slightly reduced terms if need be, and we can change the manager. It is a big opportunity, and that's my hope. That's what keeps me sane at the moment watching Palace, which is that this is just the death throes of what we were, and that nobody's thinking that this is the way forward, and everybody's thinking, how do we take this from here? How do we move on from here? I just wish we bit the bullet a bit earlier and just said, look, we're not going to go down with this squad. let's give a new manager, a chance to work with these players, see what he can produce, and make a judgment on whether or not we should be trying to hold on to any of them. Now we're going to be in a position where somebody else is making that judgment, or we're going to leave it too late. And there we are. Diyar, I've got the eagle on my head again.
Yeah, I was up there last time. Yeah,
I don't mind. It's just fine. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Did you sigh as well?
No, I didn't. I sighed about that corner, not about you.
Right,
why don't you put it back on your side?
I can't. I have to change it up. It
have to be a top right hand. Okay, I got you.
That makes no sense. We're the best team. I'm a Brighton fan. Come on, you. Oh, Seagulls. Okay, yeah. I thought you said come on, you Spurs.
I mean, he might as well. It's probably Spurs are his second.
That's
team.
Yeah, exactly. Spurs are Chelsea fan.
Spurs is his second team.
But having said that, I'm sure you'll be enjoying yourself next week when we play like absolute shit and you tear us apart.
Absolutely.
So, hey,
can't
we
wait.
just have to take that. Diyar's just walks off. He don't even care now.
And he doesn't even let us know. He just walks away. Let's look at is that his microwave? I guess it is. He's in the kitchen again.
His microwave again. Yeah. I like him being in his kitchen. It gives us something a bit different. You got some food there.
Did I miss anything?
Oh yeah, but it's just scored 2 goals.
Exactly. That's why they let you know, because there's nothing I'm going to miss anyway.
It's now 4-0 Burnley. No, I'm just joking.
Well,
only 2-0.
They might turn it to reality soon. Don't make jokes like that.
H has gone with any manager would make half-time subs to play for attacking. You can put all your money on Roy not making a sub till the 75th minute.
That's a great point. You know, I was watching West Ham, and I'm not a big David Moyes fan, but one of the recent matches, he made a half-time sub, and I was like, I have not seen that in like 4 years at Palace, unless it's a injury sub. So you're right. I'd love to make him see him make a sub at half-time, but there's no way he's doing it. No chance.
The irony is, he did in the last game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he actually made one, and I was actually surprised.
Let's not.
Was that a PVA one for Townsend? I don't remember.
Yeah. It was because of it.
That's how you know how bad. You know, Roy doesn't really like changing things about.
Unless you're really bad.
Exactly. And the fact that he changed out at half time, and the fact that he said after he didn't say anything, but the fact that PVA is not signed. Well, he's starting this game, but not as a left midfielder. It showed Roy that he clearly thinks it's not going to work. He didn't give it a full 90 minutes, which he always normally does. So yeah, but I mean, PV at left back, I don't know if it's working, but yeah. I'm just having vitamin C tablets.
I'll tell you right now, they are targeting the left side this entire. I haven't seen the ball on the right side hardly this entire. They're targeting our left side the entire first half. From attacking
standpoint. But you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but maybe just me being, anti-PVA, but they're targeting that side the whole time.
You can imagine when the team sheets came in, they just ran back into the dressing room. The guys just like, they picked him. Come on, right.
I can't believe they picked him. Go on, Kleiny.
Gone, but he needs help. Why? Where is Jordan Ayew there?
Good ball in the box, and Benteke's right to have his head in his hands because he should be there.
Yeah, you have to. At that point, you can't complain. You have to get on that Benteke. You have to. It's a good ball. Not seen that in about 5 matches. A really good ball. I mean, really, look at that. Yeah. Where you want it to be. You got to attack that ball, Benteke. I don't know why.
Why the hell? Yeah. Why the hell are you not there?
There
you go. That's what's been missing in his game for so long, though, isn't it? Just not making that run.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
30
left. Dimitri Is that a corner? All right, it is. I think. I thought it was a goal.
I've got to look at his stats because what has he done so far, Batshuayi?
Batshuayi is a bit mad.
He is.
He's had how many touches so far this half?
Callum says, boys, I have to say, without these streams, I think I would have given up watching us until Roy was gone. Sean says, Benteke is a donkey. Claudia says, Brighton totally deserve to beat us. We're hopeless without Zaha. I mean, I wouldn't say they deserve to beat us because the game we haven't kicked up. But yeah, there should be favourites. That's what I'll say. Bambo says, just relax, Theo. We ain't doing any celebrating today. I am relaxed. I put some vitamin C. I'm waiting for it to
you know, you can only how much vitamin C have you had today?
Wow, what a ball. Oh, he's
This
so
one,
lucky.
1,000 milligram.
And SA's on the ground.
Yeah, that's a foul. No,
No,
that's
he's not.
fair.
No,
That's not
no.
Well,
Well,
so
I mean,
talking about the Chrissy.
I was just making sure you weren't overdoing it because you can only process so much of it, and the rest just goes to waste. I mean, that 1,000 milligrams,
No.
there'll only be 10% of that. Just looking at that, I didn't call for anything. I guess I'm just looking at hope more than anything that might have been a foul in the box, but it wasn't.
Here's a
Them
stat. Jack Hall's got the most appearances against Palace than any other player, I think. That's
Their
interesting.
midfield is Jack Cork and Lee and Westwood, and we can't dominate them. Seriously, their central midfield is Jack Cork and Ashley Westwood. We can't dominate them. This is pathetic. Seriously, this is not Man City's midfield or United's or Liverpool's or Everton's. This is so embarrassing.
I know, right? I hadn't even considered that until you said it. Those two,
Really, seriously, and they would be half decent, championship players at this point in their careers, and they're both in the Premier League for Burnley.
But the manager Patrick.
Listen, I'm not a huge Dyche fan. I do prefer him over Roy, but man, with this team, he's doing a great job. They're not any good. Seriously, this team is not any good.
They haven't got a great squad, exactly.
They really don't, Look at the. I mean, Tarkowski could go for a few, but Ben Mee, come on. Peters at left back and Matty Loughton at right back. I mean, they got a good goalie. Pope's an excellent goalkeeper, but seriously, wow.
He gets the best. I makes players look better than they are.
He absolutely does, man. Seriously, gets a lot out of not a lot. This is not a good squad. If they're the Burnley fan, I'd be like, wow. But on their bench, you got Bardsley, Long, Dunn, Driscoll, Glenn, never heard of, Brownhill, Brady, Stevens. Oh my! And their bench is a bunch of guys I've never heard of. This is
why the pub basically outside Turf Moor is called the King's Head, and it's got Dyche's picture on it. That seriously is why that is,
Right.
Oh, go on,
Jordan.
Should have passed it to Benteke. I don't know why he shot that. Benteke was open on the left-hand side. I love Jordan, but he's starting to really get my nerves this season. Seriously, he really he plays too much, and when he plays a lot, he works hard. But I get why he plays. It's like Schluppy, but come on, look, pass the ball to Benteke right there, and he should have passed the ball. He just rolled him in on the left-hand side.
That was bench right, wasn't it? The other side.
Was it bench right? Okay. Oh, another great corner again by Luca. Funny because
I just want to work out a couple of things. It's clear we don't practice corners. It's clear.
You.
So I'm trying to work out what we do in training. So we don't. Based on this, it's clear we don't work on defense.
You've seen the training though, right? You've seen the training,
right?
All we seem to do is work on scoring goals for the cameras at training.
Right, exactly, right.
Everyone looks like they can actually play football in training, but
when they actually play football, it's a different situation.
All right, Hambo, I've got to digress slightly because this game is getting on my nerves. It's almost halftime.
Yeah.
So, Football Manager 21. I told you I had Dulwich Hamlet. Took him to the championship. Guess who just hired me? Crystal Palace.
Really?
Yeah. They offered me the job, and I took it. I took it like an idiot. Why did I do that? So I'm back managing Palace in 2025 in the championship.
You've been enjoying that game. You've been enjoying that game so much, and now you've ruined it for yourself.
I have. I went back to. I got away from them, thinking I'll do something a little different say, blah blah blah. And I'm back managing Palace again with the worst thing that I left, whatever. And it's just funny though. The irony is just that they actually hired me back or hired me. It's hilarious.
Romani says it's football. Anything can happen. Look at Liverpool versus Leicester.
Yeah,
Liverpool versus Leicester. I mean, comparing Leicester.
I love optimism.
I do too. I do. But have you watched Palace under Hodgson? Is all I want to say to this person. Have you watched Palace under Hodgson at any point? Because if you have, tell me the game. We were home, 2-0 down. We came back and won. Just let me know what that game was, because I need to know, and I'll be optimistic too. I promise I will.
Yeah. And also, I was talking about this the other day as well. If you can ever come up with a comment where Roy Hodgson admitted fault with anything,
thank you.
I'd also be interested in that. Because you heard loads of managers say, "Yeah, I got it wrong today." Try and find anywhere where Roy said anything other than the players didn't do what I asked them to do.
Exactly.
That's as close as he'll ever get.
Oh, Fiate, come on, bro, come on.
Jesus.
Back.
That was funny, but he got the job done, kind of.
Yeah, eventually.
But this idea that Burnley is like they've only got the 4-4-2 system, they only sit back. I think that's false, and you discredit this team. Because yes, they are right now. I'm not saying they're going to full press us all over the pitch like Man City does. But I watch Burnley, and there's some games where they do sit back, and there's some games where they do actually go and press at the right time. It's not just as simple as saying just sit back. With us, we just sit back. I mean, there's been a couple of games where we press.
You're so right.
It's tactically tries to change it up based on opponent.
Yeah.
And how do you expect Daesh to go and play attacking football with this squad? With all due respect, how do you expect that to happen?
Exactly.
They've only pretty much got McNeil.
They have a framework, right? Burnley. They have they have a system, they have a formation, but they do what we really lack doing, and that's manage the game as it plays out, right? The players know everything so well. Okay, with what Dice gets them to do, that they know when they need to press the opposition. They know when they need to sit back. That's the difference. At the moment, we're a team that plays to a rigid system, and they look to the bench. They look to Ray. That's where they look to people telling them whether they need to do anything different. And unfortunately, all the way while we do that, we'll carry on boring the hell out of everybody.
Well, look, it's going to be half-time soon, so get ready to send your comments. We'll read them out. Maybe you see it differently to us, but this has been an awful half. Really, really, really bad. Like, I don't even know what we're doing. I don't know what a game plan is.
I got to share this comment from Sam Hesketh. To be fair, 2-0 down to Prime Bayern Munich is decent for us, Moss. Burnley is Prime Bayern Munich. He's absolutely right. At this point, make him look like Prime Bayern Munich. This is so bad. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's going to be halftime soon. So get ready to send your comments. Just let it be halftime, please, ref. Please. I've never wanted to be halftime, so it's halftime. Burnley 2, Palace 0. Hey,
I'm celebrating.
I haven't been this optimistic ever as a Palace fan. I'm so excited for the second half. I know we're going to change it about. I know we're going to win 3-2, but I'm actually happy, man. What do you make of that?
Pathetic. It was awful. And again, Hambo nailed it. We sat back against Burnley at home, waiting for them to score, and they did twice in about 6-7 minutes. It was pathetic. It was awful. And you know what? We were set up to do nothing. We did nothing. It was just a really poor half, and I just don't see. See, the thing is, look at that bench we have. There's nothing on the bench that can change it. Maybe bring on Townsend. What else you can do? Bring on Martin Kelly, change up the game, or Gary Cahill. I mean, put Jack Butland in the goal. I mean, there's nothing to change it up. So Mateta comes in and gets no service. I mean, it's just downright depressing at this point. I just don't know. Again, but credit to Burnley and Dyche. Not a great side. He came out with a game plan and they've executed it, and they're up 2-0, deservedly.
So Henry says this is our worst performance I've seen from us for a very long time.
Leeds.
Yeah. Well, there's lots, but I guess you can pick your bunch out of them. But for Henry, this is the worst one. He said there's no attacking threat or semblance of confidence. Every time Burnley attack, will it frightened? And there's so many comments. Keep sending them in. I'll try to read them all out. It's going to be hard. Andrew says surely Parish, being a Palace fan, must be going through the same motions as we do. Like Hambo said, we're not in trouble for now in terms of going down. Bring someone in instead of later on. Exactly. Look, if we are not in trouble of going down under Roy Hodgson, is that down to Roy, or is that just down to other teams just being that bad that we just look comfortable and we'll get odd plays here and there?
The second part.
It's really bad. It's the second part.
Really bad.
So doesn't it make sense to go out there and bring a manager in right now when the risk is incredibly low, and we're lucky in a way that it is this low, and let the manager know his players, settle in, knows what he wants to do with his squad, and in the summer he can know what players to go and buy and and sell potentially. I think this is the perfect time. You can evaluate the squad, and then in the summer, you can
agree.
buy and sell players. If you want to rebuild, do it now. Don't leave it late till the summer when the new manager comes in and he hasn't had the game in charge or preseason in charge, and he has to base his judgment based on what Roy Hodgson has done. Bring him in, let him have the squad, and let him see what he can do with it. And then we can see, all right, maybe he needs to move on. Maybe we need this player. Maybe this player is better than he was under Roy. It makes better sense to me personally. Maybe I just see it differently, but there's no risk. There's no risk.
You don't see it differently because it's exactly what I said earlier. So, I 100% agree with you. But, the only thing I can possibly say any different is that, maybe the person we want or the people we're considering, we're concerned that they're either not available right now or they might not actually want it. Right. My fear is that we get to a point where it's become such an unattractive job for anybody of any real caliber.
They wouldn't want to take it.
The board just have to look around and go, shit, we might as well keep Roy. And then I'll go and do something else next year.
Chris says, cat gravel voice must love playing against us. We are predictable and dull as tick follows talk. That grandfather clock plank on the touchline needs to get out of a club. Evan says, funny enough, Roy won't get sacked no matter what. Spaffy says, change formation, get Townsend on, get Eze in the middle in front of Luca and Gyro. Do you think we need changes in the second half? I personally do, but I don't know if Roy's going to change the system for Eze through the middle.
When you look at what we talked about before we started the game kicked off, Diyar, when we talked about the fact that you've got Jordan Ayew playing out of position. Now, Ayew's not been terrible and he's got involved in the game a lot, but you're still picking a player playing out of position for no real reason. So absolutely Townsend should have started. And you look up top and you think, well, Benteke's put himself about a bit, but Batshuayi might as well not be there. So that screams out for a change as well. But, where is that the game lost, really? The game's being lost in the fact that we've got nothing in midfield. Luca has had a terrible game.
He
absolutely
really
terrible.
Really bad.
And there's just nothing in there that you can say any positive other than probably a clearance maybe after about a minute where we hadn't conceded and we thought, oh, good clearance, Luca. And then that was it. That was his highlight. And then there's been nothing since. So you're also screaming out for a change there. So maybe a centre back on and shift Kouyaté into the middle. I don't know. But, you're basically talking about making all three subs all at half time to have any chance of getting into a game when at 2-0 down, the chances are we're not going to get back into it. And we lost it in 9 minutes.
And I'll say right now, if he makes 3 subs at half time, I'm sending both you guys £100 each.
I really need it as well.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
So we need a way to... How can we contact Roy? Someone just... How can we contact Roy?
I'll send him £100 too, by the way, if he does it, just for doing it. But you know what, Ham? I'm thinking about what you said about the manager situation. I've got to believe it's got to be COVID-related. It's got to be because of the pandemic and financially. It's just not, I got to believe there's a money issue here because I think even Parish got to see this is not working out. But the fact is, financially, it's just probably not a good time. We've lost a lot of money, obviously, because of the pandemic, and maybe financially we just can't make that move right now to the end of the season.
Well,
sorry, I was just going to say, you can get to that in a sec, but I was just going to say also with the COVID stuff, it'd be a bit awkward, wouldn't it? Because you've got to sort out the bubble, so you'd probably have to get Eddie Howe in straight away. Then he'll just be wandering around the club for 2 weeks, and Roy's going, where's he here?
Exactly.
I'm just looking away.
Patrick, surely it'll make sense, like financially, if Roy had another 2 years left in his contract, and then would own. But he's only got a couple months left. I mean, yes, you can argue financially he might have a toll, but would it be that big of a toll? I don't think so. He hasn't got that long left in his contract in the first place, so it shouldn't cost that much to get rid of him.
I get that, and that makes a lot of sense. I just remember in the past we've been pretty quick on getting rid of managers. I mean, truthfully, we haven't really gotten rid of that many men. We got rid of Pardew, we got rid of Holloway. Everybody else pretty much walked away, right? I mean, Allardyce walked away, Pulis walked away. You know what I mean? We got rid of obviously Warnock and De Boer. So I mean, I'll take that back. We got rid of 4 of the 6 that we've gotten rid of. So
Pulis sprinted away with a big bag full of money. Let's not forget that. As well.
Pulis and Allardyce walked away. The rest of them were asked to leave, or But I just don't understand why he's still here. Then, if it's not money. And it's not dependent. Why is he still here? Because we all can see this is not working out.
It's comfortable.
So why is he still here?
It's comfort for the club. It's just comfort for the club. They don't have a manager who, of course, Roy's come out and he said publicly, yes, we do need players. We needed a right back. He said that last time around. I think it was with the Wan-Bissaka situation. We need a new right back or whatever. We need new transfers. But at the end of the day, the club has got more power than Roy. This is Roy's last job. Who really wants to go ahead and bring Roy to the club? No one. So Roy could complain. But they've got this power grab where they've got a manager who he might talk about transfers, but let's be real, he's not going to use the players that we want to get anyways. So they're just comfortable in this position where, we're not going to go down. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to stay up. We got billionaire owners who's going to be comfortable getting their money as well in this process. There's COVID. It's just a bunch of excuses. Not getting our comfort zone. Playing risk-free. Right. And it's going to be, we can do risk-free for a long time. And we can look at Charlton. We can look at other clubs who went down trying to try something new. But what is the point of football if you're going to stay here in the same position you are after 7 or 8 years and try to do nothing different when it's not working? What is the point of this? I'm not saying Palace are a top 6 club. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But this Palace squad, first and foremost, is better than what Roy's doing. Right. So go out there and bring someone in who can actually try to get the best out of the squad. Because right now you're not doing it. And it's on the owners as well. I can't just sit here and blame Roy. It's on the owners. We've been in this position a long time. Even the Pardew situation. Pardew got sacked very late. We got lucky with that. It's not the first time that manager will be left late to get rid of, So, I don't know. I went on a rant there, but you guys can carry on.
You did. I like the way you said rant. Well, I can't carry on because I'm going to BRB. I'm BRBing, DR. BRB.
Be right back.
BRB. Be right. Why is saying BRB like that? You're going to be right back.
I just like to say BRB because it's like what the kids do.
BRB.
Yeah. Why are you still here?
Let me know exactly. Yes, I don't know. But look, I went on a little rant there. You might disagree with me, but that's how I see it. I just don't understand. I feel like the whole club just in a comfort zone right now where he's going to keep us up. We're not going to do much. We got welfare. We got a bunch of players out. I don't know. That mentality is just. It's not good. It's not good for me. I don't think it's good for the club. But right now, I'll bring in a new manager and try something new. No, LAY 2017 says, are we going to set up next season older squad and possibly no Zaha? What do you think, that?
No, if we lose Zaha and this same squad, obviously won't be the same because our guys we're going to stay up. There's no way teams can be as bad as they were. Again, we're only staying up this season because there are really 3, really bad teams that are having a real hard time in Sheffield United, Fulham, and who's the third team down there? I don't even know who it is anymore. I don't even look at the bottom of the table anymore.
Sheffield United, Fulham, West Brom.
West Brom, oh yeah, and they're going down those 3. There's no way they're staying up. So any other season we'd be in the thick of it, but we're not gonna go down this season. Again, it just frustrates me that you said it right, Diyar. We've got no ambition. I mean, I don't think we're a top 6 team either. But we can be a top 10 side and go for a couple of cups every once in a while. I didn't even get to the semi-final of a cup and act like we actually care about the cup instead of putting out sides that don't care and get knocked out on penalty kicks after 10 penalty kicks each. I mean, it's a joke. I just want a little ambition from the club. And again, I understand owner's position, but I don't like it. I don't like the fact that we don't want to spend money and we want to keep this guy around. I get the whole Premier League and we're here to stay. We want to be here for 10 years, but to finish 14th every season, it's just boring. And play this kind of football also with players that we have. Eze's got to be saying to himself, why did I even come here? I could have stayed at QPR. I mean, really, or he could have gone to, I don't know, Villa or Southampton. You know what I'm saying? Go to a team that plays expansive, or Leicester, let's say. How about Leicester? Imagine him in the Leicester side with Maddison and Vardy.
Yeah, that's the thing. But Jay says we haven't got good players for a decent manager yet. Yes, Roy's terrible, but our players are terrible as well. I don't think these players are that bad, Jay. I'll be honest.
Some of them are, but not all of them.
Some of them are. Yeah, some of them are, but we're not. We still. I don't know. Maybe you let me know, but I don't think these group of players are this bad. Like, to be losing 2-0 against Burnley. Burnley do deserve respect. Let's be honest here. They've played good in the first half, and they managed to. They've done the scouting. They've done the game plan. Everything's working fine for them. But I don't think we've got this bad of a player. Seriously. Become a Burnley fan then, says Vincent, not a team filled with money seekers. Europa, here we come again. I don't know what you mean by that, but
they were in the Europa League a few years ago, that's why. Remember?
Yeah, but
I take that, by the way.
Exactly. And he went in the Europa League like Sean Dyche. Look at this Burnley squad. I don't get it, man. There's something else going on.
No, seriously, this side that they have out, that they have out now, but half those players were in Europa League like 3 years ago. Imagine, or 2 years ago it was. Yeah, imagine that. Well, Europa League players. I mean, oh my days, man. Oh my days. Seriously.
Yeah. John says contracts are running low too. This is the time to kill off the deadwood and bring in youth if we haven't got the pennies. Exactly, John. It is. But
will we?
Will we? Exactly. Will we? And is there a point in bringing in youth if we have Roy as a manager? Of course, he hasn't signed a contract extension, but
he won't play him.
I don't know. Daniel says Hodgson has lost the dressing room. B Judge
has he though? Has he?
Yeah, I think he has, man. I think he has. I think he's lost it a long time ago. I think he's lost it. He's lost it a long time ago.
They need to speak out then. You know, I remember in the past when players actually speak out to the media. They just speak out because when they speak out, Parish will hear them. They know he'll be gone. You know what I mean? And they don't speak out. You know, you can't just play like this enough. You got to speak out and say, you know what? To go to the owner and say, this is not working out. We need the manager. We're not motivated. Tactics are poor. Playing the wrong players, but whatever it is. But at some point, he's got to speak out and say, you know what? This isn't working out because it's not working out. We can see it as fans, but I mean,
I think it's. I don't think it's as easy as just speaking out, you know, because Roy is. You look at him as an older man. You have to have respect for him for the job, for the career he's had, not for the job at Palace, but maybe for the job at Palace as well. But you have to have respect for him, and I feel like the players have too much respect in the side, as you said. I don't know if you guys saw the Mason Greenwood thing where he said he absolutely spun Mark Noble to 1986, basically. Like, if we don't have younger players like that are to speak up, we've got experienced players who've got respect. So I don't think it's as easy as just saying, let's speak up against Roy. I think it's on Steve Parish. I think watching this as a Palace fan, surely you can see that there's something clearly wrong and these players are not getting the best out of him. I don't think they're unmotivated to the fact that they just hate Roy, but I think they're just in between. They're like, what's the point kind of thing. They're in what's the point.
There's different types of losing the dressing room, though, isn't there? There's losing the dressing room that the players hate you and they don't believe in you and they actively want you gone. But there's also just losing that trust and that belief. I think the players still desperately want to do well. They're still, most of them have been with the manager for 3-4 seasons, you know, and you get there's a lot of trust there. But eventually, it just starts to evaporate when you don't see the results on the pitch that your manager is promising you'll get if you follow his instructions. You know, it just sort of drifts a bit, really. And we're a very stagnant team. That's what we really are. You know, I heard a lot of what was said. I was still listening to you both in my ears as I was urinating. So thanks.
Sorry about that. We apologize.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all good.
Second half has kicked off. If you're on Facebook and Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel. We're going to be live there for the second half of this watch along. Let's see if Palace can change it up. Right now, there's been no changes in terms of subs. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But if you're on YouTube,
can I ask you a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Why don't you not that I'd want to watch Palace watch along necessarily on Twitter, but why don't you run it through Twitter during the game? You're not allowed to? Too hard?
No, we are allowed to, but I mean, there's I'll explain it later for you guys.
It's an off-air chat, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just because I've seen other watch-alongs on Twitter, so I was wondering if you could do it, if you're allowed to do it, or if you weren't allowed to do it. Listen, I'm enjoying the YouTube portion. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I'm just asking if there was a reason why.
I like how you say YouTube. I've been discussing that we say in England we say YouTube. YouTube.
YouTube.
Like CHEU.
It's a T, isn't it?
You know what it is, yeah. But why?
Oh, but you know what? When I was in England, it was called the Tube. You're right, the Tube.
Another set piece for Burnley.
Good point.
Sorry, you're right, Diyar. It is a set piece for Burnley.
I don't care.
Ball into the box.
I don't care.
Oh, what? We're so.
And guess what?
Again,
I'm keeping my money because I didn't see 3 subs, so I'm keeping my 100 quid.
No,
sorry,
you
lads.
keep your cash.
Yeah.
We're all back in our half again.
Keep control of the ball, Luca. Don't head it there, Luca. Just bring it down to your feet.
Not one single sub. Not one sub did he make. Score!
Oh, that's just.
It's 3-0.
3-0.
Brilliant.
3-0.
3-0. I called 3-0, so the right back, the guy said wasn't any good too. Matty Loughton, he's a good player. Yeah, look at that. Seriously, I'm not kidding. If it takes 6 goals to get him out, I'll take 6-0. I'm not even joking. Whatever it takes at this point to get him out, just get him out. Get Hodgson out today.
Did you see it, though, Patrick? We started the game. Drop deep, all our players in our own half conceded.
Right.
What happened at the start of the first half? Drop deep, all of our players in our own half conceded. I mean, what can you say? What can you say about the players and the manager when you do that? No, it's just impossible.
Seriously,
Look at Van Arnold. Look, what is that? What was he doing there?
what's this defending, man? What's going on? It's getting worse and worse by the games. What is this? Seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing as a team? What's going on here? What's going on? PVA falls down to the ground. No one's picked up their right back. Like, people were saying, let's not bring in Dash. Yeah, but look at this. We are losing against Dash. Dash is doing a double over us with a squad that's not better than us. Seriously, man. Seriously. Look at this. It's so easy.
They're
can't
laughing.
believe it.
They're laughing at us now. Look at Tarkowski's laughing on the pitch. Imagine getting laughed at. Premier League players laughing on the pitch. They're laughing at us. Burnley are laughing at us. This is a joke. This is a joke. They are laughing at us.
I'm laughing at us, frankly.
Yeah, well.
It's like you, Patrick. It's hard to even bring yourself to care sometimes when you're just watching something because you can see it. You know it's going to happen.
Yep.
And I'll go back to this. I got shit on Twitter from people when we won 2 games in a row saying, hope Roy gets a new contract. You won't be laughing then, will you? I'm like, but I want what's best for the club. I'd spend a lot of time and energy supporting this football club.
You really do. You really do.
So I don't really get that. If Roy did a good job, I'd want him to stay. But he's doing a terrible job right now. Terrible. As are the players.
Yo, Hambo, come on, man. I don't think it's a straightforward, I don't know. I'm just done. I'm seriously done. 3-0 against Burnley, 3-0. 3-0. Seriously. Are we this bad? Are these players this bad, Hambo?
Well, they're playing now, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
They are.
But I mean, look, Luca's having to drop back into the back line. But I mean, they're just 2 banks of 4, 2 people up front. Exactly. That's all they are. And we can't cope with it.
But again,
look at the clearance from Dan. Look at it. Awful.
But Hambo, you nailed it, though. You nailed it before they scored. The mentality was absolutely the wrong time. We sat back against Burnley. We had no intent to say, let's go at them. We play a 4-4-2, which you always play. We sat back. When you have that mentality in football, is so important. And you can blame the players, and I'm going to give them tons of blame for today. But we were set up from the beginning to lose this match. We were. And as soon as we give up a goal, it was over. So I'll blame the players because they have been absolutely awful today. But you know what? The mentality of this match and many others has been absolutely rubbish. And he has to go. He has to go. Yeah. He won't be sacked, though, but he has to go.
I wish we would just allow that Celos. I just wish that, man.
That's seriously. Yeah.
I'm listening to this. I wish
imagine being
he's
at
not
this
here
game
right now. He's not here. He's not here right now. He's simply not. If fans are there, he's not. It's not even this game only, Patrick.
I agree. I'm just saying now.
This is awful, man. What the fuck is happening to us?
Hey, look, there's a couple of things. It would also feel a lot better if we were at the ground, wouldn't it? Like, because you can get this frustration out.
You can get it out, exactly.
You feel even more powerless now. You don't have much, like as a fan, that you feel any control over, but encouraging your team, you have some control over when you're at the ground, and being able to express yourself when things aren't good enough. You can do that at the ground, and we don't have that now, and it makes it so much harder to deal with this rubbish. But you look at how bad we're currently playing. Like, I mean, Scott Dan, just he needs to take him off now because
he nailed it. He's done.
No idea, does he? He has no idea what to do out there.
Yeah,
he can't. He's not heading the ball to our player.
Look at that.
He can't clear the ball. He can't time the ball. Nothing. There's nothing there. So you need to get him off. And what do you replace him with? Gary Cahill, who's struggling to time the ball challenge to keep up with people.
Put Kelly on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's not being used. There must be something up there. But
yeah. Look at that pass by Pippen. Pass the ball again, right to Burnley player. Now they're counter-attacking. I'm telling you right now, I swear to God, I've never seen a player more in my life. I say that without being a Pats supporter for, I'm going to say it, for 50 years. I've never disliked a player more. And I've seen a lot of bad players. I cannot stand PVA. I don't care what people say about him. He's absolutely rubbish. And he is the epitome of how bad this team is. He's the poster boy for Palace right now. He's terrible. Terrible football player. Terrible. And he plays.
It's basic stuff, though, isn't it? It's basic stuff that's going wrong. And
right.
You don't. I just don't understand that. But when you look at Burnley just then, like about a minute ago before you, when you started that
rant,
that comment, Patrick, I was going to say rant, but it wasn't quite a rant. But when you started talking about that, we just watched Burnley. Yeah. But it just needs to be taken off. Look, it's just been dicked over there massively.
I'm sorry, but he basically kicks the ball and he falls down. I mean, seriously?
No.
Is he serious? And he's on the pitch? If that was a kid, he would have yanked him off.
Anyway, Patrick, they had the ball right in the midfield, and they hit one long ball up to a striker who held the ball up. And there was nobody. There was nobody filling any space behind that player, so you could just play it back. So again, a player unmarked. We don't pick anybody up, do we? Ever? We don't put pressure on anyone off the ball at all. There's no thought whatsoever to stopping passing angles or anything like that. We have gone to pieces because that's stuff that we do under Roy. We do that under Roy all the time, like shaped passing angles, all that stuff. But that's all gone now. So this is real trouble. This is end days territory because the players can't even do the basics anymore.
But another thing I want to say that I want to get off my chest, for the people that always say PVA is good going forward and that's why he should be playing.
No, I'm done with that.
No. Let me quickly say something. You can think that, but are you happy with how shit he is defending? Are you happy with this? No. Because yes, you can argue, what has he done going forward that he should be starting? What has he done? I haven't seen a game where PVA has been that good going forward to contribute to goals. That he should be starting. He should.
I've always hated that. I've always hated that comment, and I get that he was one of the best scoring defenders. He's a defender. He needs to defend. If he was a goal scorer midfielder who didn't defend, I can get away with that. But you know what? He's a defender by trade, and I get that modern day fullbacks are more attacking. But that man has no idea how to play defense. No idea how to play defense. Hey, Mark Bright, how are you, mate? I like your book, by the way. I'm reading it right now. It's pathetic.
Mask over your nose.
Oh, look, man, look. He's there. He's also right here. Look, he's right there. See him?
Do something.
That's Parrish right
there. Watching this with us. He's watching it. That's the thing. If he was a chairman who is not really invested in his club and he's just looking at results, then he's watching
Newcastle.
Yeah, like, how can you watch this and think this is fine? Like, surely if we can think of stuff like this, think of, there's less risk involved now that we're pretty much stayed up. Surely, you can think about it as well.
Bashwai, what was that? What was that by Bashwai? Wow. But again, you know what? Again, just going back to some reason, Diyar, I'm telling you a reason why. I said it before we started. If we had won today, which we're not going to win, obviously, we would have had the most points ever in the Premier League at this point in our history. That is why Hodgson's going to be around the rest of the season. Paris is looking at one thing. Where are we in the league? Are we going to go down? So he's not. I don't care if we lose today 5-0, Brighton 5-0. He's not going to fire him unless Hodgson does the right thing and walks away, which is what he should do at this point. He should walk away. He really should. He won't. He should walk away. Paris won't fire him. He won't fire him. I'm telling you, he's not going to fire him. He's not going to fire him.
No, but we all know he should.
Oh yeah, listen, not in. We're not going to argue that point ever. But he's just not going to do it. He's not going to fire him. Same way Hodges not going to walk away. So we're done with it. We got this until May. Until May. Look, you can't go back.
Don't say like that. That sounded like a threat. That sounded like a threat, Patrick.
I'll just pass it to Burnley. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Pass it to Burnley. Burnley gets the ball back. It's got down again. Who am I going to pass it to this time? Oh, I found the Palace man. And we're off. Oh my gosh! But you're right. I have to agree though. The players should have a bit more pride. But you know what? When you give up on your manager and you want him to get fired, this is how you play.
Yeah.
When you want him gone, this is how you play. This is how you send your message. If you don't want to talk to the media,
Gyro's still playing for him and doesn't even pick him when he gets a chance.
He'll probably get dropped next match. As MacArthur's As soon as MacArthur's healthy, you know he's gonna drop him over Luca. So I'm gonna enjoy Gyro today. I might not see him again for a while.
We need to bring on JP, man.
Oh, at 3-0. At 3-0, Diyar? Why?
Yeah, but I just don't want to see it. I'm bored. What am I watching, man?
I get the boredom part. But what's going to happen is, he'll come on, he'll look really poor because everyone's poor, and people are going to say he's poor, and then the manager will say he was poor, and he won't start him the next match. I'd rather leave him on the bench, start him fresh on against Brighton, which he won't do either. I'm saying I don't want to see him in this match at 3-0 down. There's no point. There's been no service to the forwards. Batshuayi has been, by the way, has been terrible today. Terrible today. Why he plays? I know why he plays because we loaned him and paid him a lot of money. But he's just been. This has been This has been Patrick Bamford like loan. That's how bad it's been. It really has been. It's been that kind of a loan.
As you know, I wrote myself a note of predictions when we signed Batshuayi. It said Batshuayi signing would be a disaster. I wrote that in September.
I remember you not liking it. I also was a little bit hesitant, but I didn't want to go overboard. Everybody was so excited about it. I'm like, you know what? I look at his first thing, and again, I'm not going to think, but I thought that a lot of those goals were, he scored 2 in that last game. He scored 1 in the FA Cup. I thought it was like, there was stints there, but overall, he didn't play that much under Hodgson. And he had a couple of things, but I just said to myself, he wasn't great. But you know what? We compared him to how Benteke was. And Benteke hadn't scored a goal in about 2 years. So we're like, we'll take him back. But it was never gonna. It was never gonna work.
But it was it was more about the direction the club was going. When we had him on loan the previous time, we were creating a little bit more, and it made. And it was that we were missing chances back
he's
then,
offside again. Look at that shocking. He's offside again. Look at that.
But you know what I mean? It was like our problem when he joined us the first time was we couldn't put the chances we were creating away.
Right.
When he joined us this time, we weren't creating enough, and so now he's just this lost little boy up front. In a team that destroys strikers.
We are good at that. We are. We're paid where strikers go to die. Come to Crystal Palace.
Indeed.
There's
only a half an hour left somehow.
Is it? Wow.
I genuinely don't know how.
No, I'm just saying, just realize that we're losing 3-0 against Burnley at home. It's the 60th minute. We're still playing the same system, 0 changes. Just take them to mind,
Just saying, right?
0 changes and
good summary. Good summary, dear.
Managerial masterclass again by Hodgson. And again, you know what? Hambo's right. After this game, he will not blame himself for one single thing. It'll be all on the players. Burnley were better. Blah, blah, blah. He won't take blame for the system, the tactics, the lack of changes.
The injuries will be talked about.
Oh yeah, that'll be. Oh yeah, we're missing MacArthur and McCarthy and Jeff Schlupp. Drives us forward. Blah blah blah. So boring with the same old.
Jeff Schlupp's injury is the only reason Eze's playing. So
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's that as well. But Jeff is more.
But I do miss Jeff.
No. We need Jeff. We 100% need Jeff. I think Eze down the right hand side, even though that's not his position. Jeff on the left, Eze on the right. Because look at this. I can't believe this, man. We just don't look like a team. And I always say this as well.
We're not. We're not, are we?
And then we learn that. Oh, geez, don't score the 4th goal. Come on, bro.
Almost close. Man. No, that was scored 4. I only said 3-0, so it's got to stay 3-0. How can I be so right though? It's so pathetic. How can I actually say 3-0 and it be 3-0?
I didn't. I said 0-0, so I'm way off. But
Diyar had the nerve to say 1-0 Palace. He's like become the Terence Ford of the watch-alongs, Mr. Positive.
Have you noticed Terence is not Mr. Positive anymore?
He's not. I give him credit.
I am Mr. Positive. If I'm Mr. Positive, then days. Then
score-wise, what was your prediction before the game?
I just said that out of my arse.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's why he's off. Thank goodness. Townsend's on. 61 minutes before I make the change. Brilliant.
I've been
3-0 down, but
Not Mateta. He brings on Townsend, who should have started, but that's okay.
So just again, did you take Ayew off? Did you say?
No, I took off Batshuayi.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. So he's put
That's,
Ayew
no,
up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go.
No.
Ayew will be going on
Wait.
top, I'm sure.
Well, Ayews on the right hand side.
And he'll be
Still,
going up.
and then Townsend's in the middle.
Yeah.
Central midfielder Andros Townsend.
You think he might have gone 4-2-3-1, maybe? Possibly?
I don't know. I think this is.
doubt it.
If it doesn't sort itself out now, the ball's out of play. I think we're approaching senility territory.
But the good news, Ray's back. Ray's back. That will help. Ray's back.
Yeah.
Ray's back. Yeah. Lewington's back.
I mean, we use all the excuse to try and justify why we're shit. Ray's missing.
Remember that one? Ray was missing. That was one of the big ones. Oh, we don't have Ray on the Ray to get the team all. Yeah, that worked out. Okay,
we changed it 4-2-3-1. Oh, geez, we changed the system. So that's a positive, I guess.
Okay, so Townsend on the left, Eze in the middle.
But seriously, at 3-0, he does this? Is this guy joking? At 3-0, he goes to 4-2-3-1. The guy should be fired because of that. They should fire him because of this. I'm being serious. How do you go 4-2-3-1 at 3-0 down at home to Burnley? Why now?
It's the 60th minute as well. It's like you had half time to see that this is not working.
Right. At half time, you could have done this.
Well, look, you don't want to rush these things, do you, Patrick? That's the thing, you know.
Oh,
you don't want to do this.
I
don't do
agree.
it too early. You know, don't have any danger of actually getting back into the game.
Why?
And now Burnley have had to adjust to us adjusting, and it might change the flow of the game. But if we can remember how to defend,
they're going to counter us to death in the next 27 minutes. Watch to death.
You see how scared Dan looked of the football there.
I mean, I'm no expert, but if you're a footballer that's scared of football, like that is boring.
Yeah, something you could say that.
There's something definitely wrong. But anyways, if you guys are enjoying this, I don't know how you are. Well, you might be enjoying this. Exactly. Make sure to hit the like button. We've only got 58 likes. We can definitely 188 people here, so we can definitely hit more likes. Let's try hit them button. Let's try get a bit of positivity. Maybe that's a positivity.
My hero, Wilfried Zaha.
He deserves better than this, man. I'm happy he's not on the pitch today because, keep him safe. Safe hands, Roy. Heads gone, says Michael. Daniel says Roy trolling us. He must be too slow to change. It's true, says Buffy. Team back of the nest. Who would you have next manager?
Anybody is my choice. Is he available? Anybody? I'll take him.
I don't even know.
Yeah, he must be available.
Let Wilf be our manager. Let's do it. Wilf is our manager. Let's do it. Because it is our FC. That's what we've seen on the Roy Hodgson. It's pretty much our FC. So you might as well just make him the man going forward. Let him be the manager. Let him bring in his guys. Let's just have fun as a football club. You know, he can control the transfers. Put him upstairs instead of Roy.
That'll be like when Lombardo was manager, wouldn't it, Patrick?
Oh yeah, how'd that work out for us? We got relegated. Oh, sorry, Attilio.
Oh yeah.
How'd that work out for us? But again, at this point, anybody's better than what we currently have. That's a great tweet. Why did we sign Mateta? I don't know. That's a good question. No, we signed him because in 18 months. Yeah, that's next manager. There you go.
It's the next man. I was surprised when he started against Leeds. I was actually very surprised. I didn't think that Roy would do it, but then I kind of understand now. You put him out in the mud, made sure he had a bad game, and now he's got reason to not play him. So,
we joked about it, but it's basically exactly what happened, isn't it? Chuck him in when he's got no real chance. When we played absolutely appallingly against Leeds, then you don't have to use him again.
Right, and blame him for that. Right, exactly. Okay, I've never actually seen him play, so I like to see what he looks like on the pitch because I haven't actually watched him play.
He's quite interesting. I'll give him that. You know, his touch was a little bit heavy. Let's just say that. I think the pace was a bit of a shock to him, but he put himself about. He ran the channels. He's not like Benteke where you're trying to hit a relatively static target. His movement was pretty good. Man. It just wasn't really up to the speed, Patrick. That's all it really was.
And just go on the ball into the box. Jeez.
Way to the back post. Wow. I mean,
I said in the,
I can't really
box.
blame him, but that's just so funny. That's so.
I
That's just,
said in the box, please, someone save me.
he puts it to the back post.
This
Why
this
are you still in the game too? Get him off. Seriously.
Get him off who?
For
He's,
JP.
I mean, he's the new obsession, isn't he, with Roy? Because it was
Absolutely. You always have to have at least one or two.
Can't
No,
be-
but
can't
he's
be
had good
shut now,
games
so-
in the last 3 games. He's had good, apart
Yeah.
from the Leeds one where he's up front. When he's playing out wide, he's been decent. I would say
But
that.
it's the quality that lacks, isn't it? It's the effort. The industry is always there. He's constantly involved. But quality this season just, I mean, you can't just keep picking people because they run a lot.
Based on
You know,
effort. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be more to it than that. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Sheffield United 11 points, West Brom 12 points, Fulham 50. That's why we're not going down. They are so bad. Those teams are half decent this year.
This kind of feels like the lockdown Palace in terms of we've got nothing to play for. Like, you know, when we lost 7 games in a row and we weren't really going down, and it feels like that as well. Oh jeez.
yeah.
It's like,
Imagine
what?
that.
It's like
A dead season in February. Yeah.
In February, though, that's what I'm saying. We got no cup to look forward to, nothing. So we've got what, 3 months of this. Wow.
Well, that was what they've all been saying, isn't it? They'll be saying, let's make sure we get enough points on the board in this. This is our easy run, okay? So we get enough points on the board. It will take the pressure off, and then we can all start trying to pick up points and push up the table. Does it look like that we've gone for that game plan, or did it look like we tried to set up today to try and scrape a 0-0 against Burnley and got smashed? Because I know which one it looks like to me.
No, you're right, Hambo. We've got Brighton, Fulham, Tottenham, West Brom. United's been postponed. Everton, Chelsea, Southampton, Leicester, Man City, Sheffield United.
I
Villa,
get the ball away.
Arsenal,
Didn't he?
Liverpool.
What's
Hey,
wrong with this
I'll tell you
guy?
right now, I don't see us winning more than 2 more matches the rest of this season. I really don't. Maybe
What's
2.
wrong with this guy?
That's going to put us at 35 points, maybe a draw. We might get 36 points this season. Wow, 36 points. That's got to be our worst ever Premier League total.
So
I
what
since we've been back.
What I've looked at in the last sort of 5-10 minutes or so, right, is just how much slower we are than everybody else on everyone in Burnley's team. Basically, the majority of our players look like they've played about 30 games more. They're so behind.
How did not offside?
I don't know.
Score.
Because you can. Oh, so close. Because you can just walk past our defence.
It was offside. It was
How can you
late.
just say score?
One of the late ones. Say again, Diyar.
How can that was funny? How can you just say score?
I don't care anymore. Told you, I don't care. I love Palace. I'll always love Palace. But you know what? There comes a point when that love, it's actually true in life also. You can love something so much after a while you just don't care anymore. And that's how I feel about Palace. I love them, but I just don't care anymore. I just do not care.
Lovely thought the day before Valentine's Day.
My wife is going to love that comment. She's probably watching me upstairs now too. I bought her flowers already, so I'm already on the grace. They've already arrived, the flowers, the 2 dozen roses, so I'm good. I promised Mike I would do the podcast. Pass on that now. By the way.
Come on.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
dropped out.
You dropped out for a better reason than I have. So
oh jeez. Let's read some comments. Robbie Brady's coming on. John says, Diyar, please talk about the Brentford manager. It's always positive football.
good shout. Good shout.
People, I've seen our Palace fans say that as well, but I don't know, man. I don't know what we can attract. I'll be honest with you. I think with managers we can talk about who we want, but then it's not as simple as saying, let's just bring him. Because we have to sell a plan. Not everyone's going to be Roy Hodgson and just be like, okay, yeah.
The thing as well with
they're going to want something.
With Thomas Frank as well at Brentford is, he joined a club that they've got a really good structure, haven't they? In terms of how you think about the managers that they've had. I think you can go back to. I don't know. Obviously, Dean Smith was there. Was it Warburton originally who started all of that? And
it was.
I can't remember if I got that right. But basically, they've played that same system. The off-the-pitch stuff has been the same for a long period of time, and they pick their manager to suit what they've got. So he'd probably have a much better career staying at Brentford rather than joining Palace, and that's pretty odd to say that. But having said that, Dean Smith done really well at Villa. So
a new stadium too. Yeah, Dean Smith did well there. Yeah, I mean they got a lot to look forward to at Brentford. I agree. And playoffs last year, they probably should have got promoted last year, and they didn't. But
yeah, it's not only about the manager; it's more than that. And as you guys mentioned, they've got a structure there. What have we got? I don't even know.
We've got a plan. Yeah, we've got a plan, but I don't know what it is.
We've got a plan. By the way, so of course there's been lots of players that's been poor today, but this just came up on the timeline. PVA today, possession lost 19 times, fouls 3,
jeez.
Accurate passes 68%. I mean, was fouled 0, 57 touches, 0 key passes, 3
Do
crosses.
me a favor. Can you add him with those stats so I can reply to you later on Twitter?
Huh?
Can you add him with those stats on Twitter? See how he replies to you?
I'll do it for you.
I'm only joking. Please do not. He'll have a meltdown. I guess he doesn't tweet tonight, by the way. I bet he doesn't tweet tonight after today's match. I bet he doesnn't tweet tonight.
Oh, yeah. Remember when he posted that? Remember when he posted that Obama smile face thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This guy.
You won't be tweeting tonight. Or it'll be like, we're all hurting, bad performance today, but we'll bounce back for next week's game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting quite tiring, isn't it?
It really is.
It's like one good game in the season. That's what it feels like at this point. Roy's clueless at this point. Says AY. Any other team, and it's 5-0 right now, at least, the RPMD.
Oh, I agree. If it's like City or someone, it's 5, or United is 5-0 easily, yeah. So
we've had so many games like that recently. Even though we won 2 games. I mean, the West Ham game could have easily been 6.
Yep.
The Leeds game on another day could have easily been 5. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait.
He's on.
15 minutes I get to see him for.
No. Yeah. 30 more seconds.
I bet he gets. I'm gonna say he gets like 4 touches for the 15 minutes if he's lucky. I'm being serious. I'm gonna play how many touches bingo. I bet he gets like 4 touches for the rest of it when he's in the game. Joke.
You'll get to see a little bit of what he might have to offer for a much better manager.
I mean, if he doesn't get any service, then how are we gonna see that?
No, you'll be able to see him run though.
Well done, JP. You can run. I mean, that's one of the key areas as a footballer. If you can't run as a footballer, then there's going to be.
Do you think it's just going to be like for Benteke by any chance?
It was. I already saw that. It was Benteke came off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, of course it was. Was he going to change it up again? Like he'd ever do something like that? Again, this is why I'm going to say it again. And I hate to bang on. Batshuayi and Benteke does not work. I don't ever want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. It doesn't work. It's never worked. And I know what, if he ever does it again, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to throw my remote at the television if he does it again. There you go. I've said it.
All right.
JPM. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Yeah. 15 minutes. So JP is going to be turned into this player. Interesting.
He's Max Meyer. He's Max Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. He didn't get that one, so that's not an official touch. So
it's not an official touch, but again, it was a bit of movement, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it was.
Ash says ball across the 6-yard box already. The boy's a baller.
Roy loves those. It was good as a goal. It was good as
Mel
a goal.
says, "What is the point of JP coming on when our passing forward is useless? I feel sorry for him." I mean, we'll probably ignore that bit.
That was a touch, right?
Yeah.
There'll be some.
Right.
There were some people that are saying
that was one.
There were some people that are saying JP had an awful debut, but so just get ready. There's gonna be people that's gonna slate him already. It's gonna be like that. Oh, nice, Jordan. This is how optimistic I can be. His gloves are off. Someone's glove just came off. Whose gloves was it? I swear I just saw someone's gloves come off.
Good.
That's probably. Oh my! That was probably the most exciting thing. Whose gloves?
That was. We nearly did a thing.
And we needed a thing.
A
Whose gloves
team.
came off?
Yeah.
Whose gloves came off? Because everyone was wearing the.
We're playing glove watch now. There is a glove on the floor.
No, that.
Answers in the comments.
I need to know that. That's the one key area. Whose glove? Because everyone's wearing their gloves. I mean, Jordan I's gloves didn't come off as well, so okay, maybe Burnley.
I get really uncomfortable with how angry I get every time Roy comes up on the screen. It shouldn't be like this.
Oh, it's Eze. BK1 says. Yeah, gloves off.
There we go. Thank you.
Phantom says this team just looks stale. We need some new faces. Promote some youth. We are tired of challenges that under 18s and 23. Pierrick, he had that game against Norwich, and then he had that game against Liverpool where he came on for 10 minutes. And then Roy said that he owes him a bottle of wine. But surely you keep Scott Banks, which there's another place on a bench. Maybe when Wilf is available, that's not available. Oh, geez, someone's hurt there. Doesn't look good. But surely you keep Scott Banks, let him play, give him some game time. And maybe Pierrick and I don't get it. I mean, as a club, it seems like we want to focus on youth, but a manager doesn't want to focus on youth.
Right.
So
but we get told he does.
That's a fact.
And he was there, wasn't he? He goes and watches the academy, and I don't know for what. I don't know why he goes there.
Right.
Yeah,
to frustrate us, to troll us. That's why.
He's bored. He just goes there, just let let me just go watch the academy. Just bored. It's nice watching the academy, but if you watch them and then pretend that you didn't see anything, then you might as well go watch the highlights on Palace TV. They're there after every game. There's no point wasting your time. Like, you watch the highlights and then you say, all right, this player is not a good player. Well, I don't get it. Sometimes we do overhype players, but Scott Banks has actually been decent. More than anyone.
I know. And look, the truth is they might, I mean, he's gone on loan to Dunfermline, isn't he? And all the players that went out on loan, great to get them out and playing proper football, but
like someone wearing Harry Potter.
But it's just Ben Mee looks quite bad, doesn't he?
He's got a neck brace coming out for him. Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Praise up to Ben Mee. I don't know what happened exactly. He just fell to the ground.
They haven't shown the replay, which is strange, but I don't know.
Probably nasty, that's why. Praise up to Ben Mee.
I mean, it is slightly selfish that all I can think about is how much time is going to be added on, and I have to endure it. But
we have to endure it.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. You mean like we're here?
We're here for you, my friend. We're here for you.
I think is John Dye Thomas Frank's agent? Do you think? Because he's we're not making the decision now. Cool.
I mean, put Parish in contact if you want.
So here's a stat for you from Up to Joe. Burnley have scored as many goals against Crystal Palace this afternoon as they had in their previous 10 away league matches. Combined 3. Well, this is the first time they've netted 3 goals in an away league game since November 2019, 3-0 versus Watford. We love
breaking records.
Yeah,
we love breaking records. It's our thing.
Seriously.
Breaking other records for other teams.
Oh gosh.
But the funny thing is, but Roy goes on and blames Liverpool for the record being that bad in terms of goals conceded.
Yeah, he'll keep us up though. He'll keep us up. Remember that. He'll keep us up.
Whilst the game has paused and hopefully Ben Mee's fine, it doesn't look good for him. We're on 79 likes, so 186 people here. If you can all hit the like button, that'll be much appreciated. And also, if you haven't subscribed to not miss out on future content.
Let me do that now.
Well, you haven't subscribed.
Thanks, Patrick.
I haven't liked. I forgot.
You're liking yourself.
And don't remember, you can like the stream without having to like the game or the performance. Believe me.
I just did it. I've liked the stream. I have not liked the game for sure.
No.
The match has been pathetic. Here's my future manager, Sean Dyche.
All right, Blaine. Yeah, your future manager is Eddie Howe, man. I really think it will be him. Yeah,
if he wants it, because there's obviously Celtic might want him for the next season as well. So and that's an easy job.
I like that. I like that. It's a competition. We have to go and try and say, you know what, come here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Let's see how we do it. Well, what's happened, Ben Mee? Is he still on the ground? It's gonna be a sub soon. Well, for Palace, this should just bring on Martin Kelly. We're 3-0 down. Give him some game time. Get him some, bit of match fitness. Who's defending? Nick says some people on Twitter defending the indefensible, saying Roy doing a good job.
Of course they will. Of course they will.
There's a small army of
opinions.
Exactly. Look, and you can't necessarily be wrong with an opinion. You can be wrong with a fact, but you can't. If you believe that Roy's doing a good job, then you're right because you believe it. And that's how opinions work. So I never have a problem with people saying it, but there's people out there who just literally see. As soon as we win a game, they jump on social media. They find everybody who's ever said that they're not happy with something and said, "Yeah, you're wrong," and you're like, "No, there is no wrong. I don't like what I see."
Exactly.
And and I like it when Palace win. I even like it when Palace win under Roy. But I don't want him to be Palace's manager anymore. Thanks very much. They're just getting Ben Mee onto that stretcher now. That is a long old delay.
Yeah. Now we're going to be sitting it. Oh, I might as well get the. We're 99 likes. Come on, one more like, one more. I know one more. But you can do it.
I just liked it. I thought that was the 100th one.
Nah. You was probably like the 80th one. But I might as well set the fan cam show if you want to come on and join us for the fan cam.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be fun.
If you want to come on and have your say, I can't talk anymore. Palace is. If you want to come on and have your say, feel free to come on. DM us on Twitter and we'll have you on. I'm setting that up right now. I'm not gonna go right now, but I'm just saying I'm setting it up. So yeah, head over there after the game finish.
Do me a favor. Are you guys on Twitter right now?
No. God no.
Okay, if you do, you gotta see the good tackle that PV tried to make. I retweeted it. It's so funny. He is such a bad defender. He make defending into oh, I don't understand. I don't know. He just ran into him. Wow. What did I just
he felt like he dropped unconscious, like
his elbow. Yeah, did he elbow him? I guess he elbowed him as he ran by him. I mean, I don't understand how he got so. I didn't look. Wow, that was innocuous, but it obviously wasn't because he was stretched off. Wow. Hope he's okay.
I hope he is, but
they've got to take. Yeah, there is. They've got to take precautions with that stuff.
Yeah,
really, haven't they? So
absolutely.
Hopefully, it's not as bad as
it. He got knocked out. Yeah, it's weird, but prayers up. Hopefully, he's good. Going forward, there, trying to do something, but Burnley, they just want it more. They just want it more.
I just watched the PVA tackle, Patrick.
Did you see it? What was he trying to do? Seriously, you're gonna tell me he's a defender in the Premier League? Did you actually see that? What? That is like the worst attempt at defending I have ever seen. He did it like he wasn't in full control of his legs. Exactly, like he was.
He defends like that anyways most of the time. So
yeah, but that looks really, really bad. It's laughable. That's why I put the laughing thing on it. But
it's gonna be like 45 minutes at a time here. I can't. I don't want to watch this anymore.
I don't need that. Yeah, I don't need that.
Well, it's giving me time to set this up anyways. But what's going on? It's been like, oh, geez, man. It's going to be a long, long day. Be off as well.
So you're doing the fan cams after Diyar?
He just said he was. Did you hear him?
And I'm just trying to taunt him.
You're taunting him. That can be fun. Yeah, that can be fun.
Don't taunt me because I can taunt you. I can taunt you. I just say I can easily taunt you at the whole. So don't do this. I'll piss you off. I'll piss you off on many occasions, and I can do it. I'm just too pissed off with what I'm watching right now. So don't do that. I'll catch you in future watch-alongs. I can easily get on your nerves. Easily.
Oh gosh.
I know. But sometimes Diyar, it's hard not to try and annoy you really. So
yeah.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm sure you'll enjoy those.
I'm going to do it now. I'm going to tweet it right now. I hope we don't win another game all season. That's my hope. I'm serious.
You don't need to tweet, Patrick. You're here anyways. They can hear you.
No, but everybody on here doesn't follow me on Twitter, so.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious. I hope we don't win. I'm not kidding. I hope we don't win another game all season. We won't go down because of it, but it will make me very, very. It will please me. Because there's no way he survives that. If that happens, he won't be here. So that's the only thing.
Haven't been counting Mateta's touches, have we? But man,
I can look on. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah. Oh, geez, Darren, I don't think he is. It says, "Let's hope JPM isn't the French Calvin Andre." Look, I don't think we're going to see the best out of him until Roy's gone. Which manager's being good under Roy? Which manager's being good under Roy? Which striker's being good under Roy? Which striker? I don't. Yeah, I don't think we're going to.
That Schwei was, according to you, when we signed him.
Yeah, but that's different. Yeah, that's different. All right, cool. I can say it. I can say it. The reason why he was good is because there was a different system first and foremost. It was a 4-3-3, and he was up front, and he had the ball. Loads of he was coming into midfield, picking up the ball, running. Like the system doesn't help him, but yeah, he hasn't been.
Poor Eze. What is that ball by Andros to him? Oh, God.
Probably thinking I should have said that.
I feel sorry for players with ability in our team.
Yeah, and then look at PV. Look what he just did. How is he on the pitch? Why is he on the pitch? Bring on Mitchell, for Christ's sake. Is there another sub? Do we have another sub? Townsend?
No.
Mateta?
You know how they've got concussion subs? There should be a special sub for us to be able to take PVA off whenever we like.
Oh, no, he took off both strikers. But wait. We have one more left.
Maybe we got another one.
Take him off.
Yeah, we have. But he's not going to bring on Mitchell because PV is good going forward. Remember that. He's very good going forward.
He's good. Yeah,
look at this. What a pass. What a pass. Mitchell can never do that in a million years.
Never. No, never.
Never do that in a million years. I mean, yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy that he's on the pitch.
This is half decent football at 3-0 down when it's nearly all over. But,
nearly all over. I like that.
Do you reckon, Hambo? Do you reckon that Burnley are probably bored now and they just want to defend because they're having defended?
Oh yeah, I mean, look,
they're not used to attacking so much, so they're probably like, let's just go back.
Yeah, look, this spell of possession in their third is nothing to do with us playing really well. It's all to do with Burnley not having to do anything. You know?
Nah, but there'll be people who genuinely think that we played better towards the end.
I mean, Roy was one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Guarantee says that. We're much better in the last 5 minutes.
We put crosses into the box. He just didn't reach any players.
Now our left back is playing right midfield and losing the ball. Brilliant. Now he's going to right. Get back to left back, please.
Patrick, you don't understand the game if you think that's not football IQ right there. That is what you call Roy ball. It's the fluidity of the system. You know, you have to be on the right hand side.
You got to keep moving about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a version of total football that Roy employs, and it's just
absolutely
play wherever the fuck he wants. They put 7 minutes up. If I was at the ground, I would have booed the 7 minutes of added time. You
would have gone. No, you'd be gone by now. You'd have left by now.
I don't leave.
Oh, really? Good for you.
No.
God bless you.
Once
ever, and that was to go and collect my betting winnings from Newcastle beating us 2-0. So.
Nice. I was thinking. I like that.
I was really hungover as well. That's my excuse.
Next season, I'm planning on going all away games because the next season I want to really focus on everything, especially with the channel as well, bring more content. But imagine Roy. Imagine I've done that this season.
You're not doing that. If Roy's back, you're not doing it next year. If he's there, you won't go. I am. Even if Roy's back.
Yeah, if I got
no, you won't. You'll quit. You'll quit.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
I'll go. Honestly, I'll go.
Under Roy, you won't. No, you will not. You won't be able to take it.
He's probably going to quit anyways. Surely he's not going to stay on any longer anyway.
Yeah, okay. You keep wishing that.
I mean, he can't be enjoying it. He talks about, enjoying the game and all that still, but he can't be enjoying this shit.
Maybe at West Brom. if they had him, that would have been like better. He might have enjoyed that, but jeez, man, the fact that our season has done it.
John's
I've got
asked
a good
the question, who
idea.
do we have as next manager? I'd go with Thomas Frank, I think. I'm only messing, John. You're a good lad.
He's a Brentford fan, I'm guessing.
No,
but who would you have? Who would you have? Who then? Who would you have?
It's just so difficult because we all think the same thing. Anyone, literally anyone, right now. I'm messing with John, but I do think Frank's a good shout. He's clearly a very accomplished manager working with an exciting team. But I'm just as I said earlier, I find it really hard to know whether or not he'd fit the profile for Palace, whether or not what we have left and what we'll get would suit that style. But I'm willing to try anything. I'd be really happy with that appointment. But I see us going for somebody out of work for financial reasons. And, my gut still says it'll be Eddie Howe if he wants to join.
Did you say Eddie Moore? Or did I just hear that wrong?
I said Eddie Howe. I tried to say Eddie Howe. If I said anything different, it's because my brain doesn't work.
Yeah.
Corner for Palace, though. I mean, Eze's not taking it, but it is a corner for Palace.
Where's Eze?
Luca again on corner kicks. Wow.
What is that about? Seriously, why have we done that?
Unbelievable. Luca
What's up, sis, with it? I think it's more than just Luca taking corners. I just think Roy probably trusts Eze like at the edge of the box because he had that goal against Wolves as well. To have a shot or something like
but his delivery is so good though. I mean, delivery.
Patrick, you've got access to stats, right? If you can find out for me how many assists Luca has this season from set pieces, I think it's none.
I mean, because
I know Eze has at least 2, doesn't he? If not 3.
I don't need to look at stats. I'm sure it is none. Like, I'm so certain it is 0. But yeah, I think he's just overthinking it, Roy. I really do think he's overthinking it.
Roy
Eze is our bet.
Okay.
H confirming a 0. So why would the guy who's delivered nothing from set pieces constantly take over from the guy who's delivered from set pieces? Madness.
This whole concept doesn't make sense. Look, Patrick's got like
it's 0. Yeah,
10 minutes. We dominated last 10 minutes though, so
yeah, okay. All right, mate. You're all right, mate.
2.5 left still though. Come on, just blow the whistle now. We're all bored. Come on.
JP to get a late goal.
Yeah. The West Ham game, the fact that we lost 3-2, even that's mental. How did we only lose 3-2? Am I a bad person for wanting a late Palace consolation goal as I have Pope in my fantasy team? May as well get something from today.
It's not one.
But if you have
absolutely.
If you have Pope, wouldn't you want a clean sheet?
Yeah, wouldn't want
that's what he says. That's what he said. Diyar read it wrong. He says not wanting.
Okay.
No,
that's fair. No, you don't want us to score. I don't blame you. I don't want to score either.
Lampard or Gerrard for next manager?
No, not Lampard.
I'd take either. I don't want Lampard, but I would take
Gerrard. Definitely. Be not gonna. Why would you leave Rangers in the Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. That's a major step down. Major.
Go on, ball in the box. Come on, boys. Let's get something.
Kick over the bar. PVA into the stands. Well done. You absolute waste of space. Seriously. You are a total waste of space, mate. Seriously. And I don't even want to make fun of you anymore, but the jokes write themselves with him. They write themselves. Wow. What was that?
I'm actually curious as to what's going to be said by Roy after this game. I really am. I mean,
you are, but
I know
you
it's
know
going to be the same thing.
Old, yeah, exactly. You're going to blame the players. He'll blame the players. He will.
Well, if he blames him, he blamed Wilf before. Remember last season, end of last season, where he came out and publicly said, "Well, maybe he says not in the game. Maybe he wants to move away." He's keeping you in the job. That's the last player that you want to talk about because he's the reason why you are at Crystal Palace in the first place.
Exactly.
So how are you talking about Wilf when he carried it? It's not your tactics. Look at your tactics. Without Wilf, we don't have any tactics. Where's RFC? We're relying on his brilliance rather than actual football. Like we don't know how to play football. It's just individuals, bunch of individuals that's just running and running and running. And Will can do that best. And I feel like once he leaves Palace, people are going to realize, wait, not even Palace fans, people are going to realize,
it's over. Thank you.
Over.
I'm going to fix my
Oh,
sentence.
thank you. Thank you. It's over. Thank you.
Burnley
It's
3,
over.
Palace 0. Burnley 0. No, Burnley. Palace. I'm having a brain fart, I'll be honest with you. Burnley 3.
It's gone.
Burnley 3, Palace 0. Start with you, Patrick. You're happy that it's over. Oh, horrible performance.
Yeah.
But where do you go from here? You got Brighton next. Are you worried?
I'm not worried. Plain and simple, not good enough. We've seen it before. It's going to continue. Hodgson just has to go. At this point, listen, we're all on the same page. We're not going anywhere under this manager. We're not going anywhere. I've got nothing to look forward to. I'm not looking forward to the Brighton game. In fact, I'm dreading the Brighton match. I really am, because that could be really bad. Because people want to make fun of that of them, the way they play, whatever. They're going to destroy us next week. They're going to destroy us if we play like this. This is embarrassing today. The players for me have given up on the manager. My thing is he giving up on the team? Will he walk away? Because we won't fire him, not this season. So that was pathetic.
Yeah, Hambo. I mean, you're not as frustrated as I am, or even as Patrick is.
I am.
Really
He holds it in better.
I hold it in, and and I try and give a little bit of a different voice sometimes without really wanting to. But look, bottom line, when you look at that performance, it was just so bad. I mean, it's up there with the worst of the season, and you can't say anything positive about it at all. If I'm trying to make excuses, which I'm not interested in doing, but if I was, I would say, we've had a lot of injuries. Players playing very poorly, players in really poor form. Van Aanholt, for example. But you can't help but then look, even with limited options, Hodgson just feels like he's choosing the wrong choices every time. And again, a complete inaction to do anything about the game as it unfolded in front of us. So. There's so many things that bug me about what we do. We don't put youth on the bench. We don't put youth in the team. We don't try anything different. We don't respond when we're being beaten. We just do the same thing over and over and hope that it gets us enough points at the end of a season. And we got massively exposed today by a manager who does a very, very similar thing to Hodgson, doesn't he? He has a team that's drilled. He has a system that he plays to. That you can see those are the difference between players that believe in it and are playing for the manager, and players who have just lost all faith in everything that we're trying to do right now. And he has to go as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, look, everyone here is agreeing that Roy has to go. We've been saying it for a hot minute now. Roy is not the man to lead us forward. And we've all got, we're pretty much similar in terms of our agreements. If we're not going to go down, then what's the point of keeping him as manager? We can't get any worse than this. But look, I'm going to be talking to Palace fans. If you want to join us, and the fan cam, head over to the fan cam video right after this. And also, if you want to have your say, jump on. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think of the game. And yeah, until next time, up the Palace.